Yo, hang sangria. This is your boy, N.O.R.E.
What up, this is DJ EFN.
And right now, we are blessed with the legendary
Beyond
presence.
blessed. So we gotta make some noise?
No, hold on, because like, the intro was crazy.
Yeah.
This guy right here, like, listen. They
beyond legendary
They have the Godfathers, and this man is directly like my father in lyrics, like in style, and I directly tried to be like this man right here, and I send out the APB, try to make it happen. Let's big up Hakeem Green off top.
Channel Live,
Spark Madism. We love you, Hakeem, but we got the blast master. We got the teacher. We got the father directly.
Temple of Hip Hop.
All that. The master. The dude who made it cool to learn in music. And still be entertained.
You could be smart and you could still thug it the fuck out.
Wow.
Yo, the other day, I'm gonna be honest, I'm watching Ride Along 2. And at the end of Ride Along 2, my kids, they are 8 and they are 6. And they sung, they said, woo, woo, this the sound of the police. And at that moment, I knew I was a great father. I knew at that very moment I was a great father when my kids knew the sound of the police. We have the one and only, legendary. You can't say hip hop without KRS-One.
Not at all.
In the building. Drink champs, make some noise! Oh my God.
We have landed.
Yo, you know what the crazy shit is? I'm gonna start the interview off like this. When I was locked up in a juvenile detention center, I had a CO who was taking care of me, right? He was, holding me down. And he could have snuck me weed. He could have snuck me liquor. He could have snuck me books. But I wanted that Criminal-Minded album. This is real shit. This is, you know how much of a big KRS fan I am.
That's the track I wanted to do was y'all two together.
Right?
That's how long he's like, yo.
I'm the biggest
that.
KRS-One fan, man. Let's just make some noise for him being in the building.
Yo.
One more motherfucking time. Come on.
Cheers.
Yo, we got the fucked up noise makers. So Blastmaster KRS-One, how does it feel to be in Miami? How long you been coming out here?
Oh, man, don't even start.
We get into the history of that.
Right.
Yo, man, I've been coming to Miami since, like 87? We were coming up here, man, struggling, trying to be heard. And there was only a few places that actually, like, embraced us. Philly was always right there.
Philly.
Philadelphia, just the whole Philly.
That's interesting.
We went from New York to Philly. That was it.
So let me stop. So you think that New York artist is that like the first market? Because that is for me too. Like Philly was the first, then Connecticut.
That's right.
And
See, and look how you said that. Philly was the next, and then Connecticut. Connecticut is right on top, like right there next to the Bronx. But
you're right.
Philly would get it first. Philly
Right.
would hit you first. If you did New York and Philly, Connecticut, Yonkers, all up, Boston was trying to see you, maybe some of the South like that. So going down the I-95, man, was like, I mean, big up the VA, North Cackalack, South Carolina. It was sort of like a rites of passage. You had to get out of New York, go down each city, each state on the I-95, and your final victory was Miami. If you made it down here...
Now, what year are you talking about?
Oh, man. See, this is when MCs was real.
Right.
Straight up, you had to do clubs. Let me take you to the 90s. Let's come around 92.
Yep, that's where I'm...
Somewhere around 92,
I was in jail.
right around there. Khaled was just starting. He had a thing called the Temple.
Yeah. And even right before that.
Even before that, no, the 92
Mother
was like a
Superior
little
was
before
right
that.
before Khaled.
Oh, yeah, Mother Superior.
Hey, wait. Actually, I got it. You know what N.O.R.E is?
No.
He's this guy who interviews people and he brings out props that would
shit.
remind you of stuff. I have a prop.
What type
Okay.
of shit?
I have a prop.
Okay.
This is what I got at a KRS-One show in '92.
Oh, let's make some noise for EFN having a KRS-One autograph on a tennis ball.
And that's my autograph, too.
It's authentic.
Authentic.
So we're going to put that on eBay.
It was a show supposed to be at this spot
We
called
selling that,
Underground
Chris.
Compound, and it got shut down by the cops, and
That's
we moved
right.
it to Zulu headquarters.
That's right.
There was the AC wasn't on.
We took the whole
stereo
crowd with
speakers.
us.
People were faking in the audience.
It was one of the...
And he started throwing these balls. That was crazy.
That was 93. 93, 4?
It's not. I was in high school. It was like 92, 93 at the least.
At the least, right? Well, it started right there. That's where we.
So you've been coming to Miami since then?
Since then, breaking it down, crushing Miami.
And was it a hip hop scene out here back then?
Well, back then, Luke was the man out here. 2 Live Crew was straight destroying the South. Like there was nothing else really happening, to be honest with you. But there was always that boom bap element in. I mean, I just have to say Florida, because from Miami all the way up to. Tallahassee, even Gainesville, Jacksonville, all that's boom bap. That's all hardcore up there. Right. But Luke.
But there was that divide for us in the city between the bass scene and the boom bap scene.
That's right. There was a divide. I mean, it had its own audience. You know what I'm saying? It had its own audience.
And it was seen a lot as a New York thing,
right?
But we were trying to build that identity for ourselves. As
but
a
our
hip-hop
thing was
scene.
way smaller. But I think the New York thing was way smaller. 2 Live Crew. Luke, that whole sound.
So you saying from the beginning when 2 Live Crew came, the South immediately accepted them, as opposed to New York. You had to be hot in New York first, before you go to Philly.
Wait a minute, the second part is true. Yes, you had to be hot in New York first to go to Philly, with the exception of like Tap Money, 3 Times Dope, Steady B, even Jazzy Jeff, Fresh Prince. They blew up in Philly and convinced New York what it was. But you have back then the bass scene. See, I'm trying to think of dudes that were not so popular, but Miami had a bass scene that boom,
like MC Shan, Gucci,
come on,
the Gucci boys,
let me hear
Gucci
that.
Crew,
come on, that's right.
Yeah.
And these dudes were
the
doing
ghetto style DJs.
That's right.
Jam Pony.
So Luther Campbell and 2 Live Crew was on top of that. They came up out of that scene. They didn't really invent it, but they was just sort of the popular ones that was doing it. And Luke was just, I went to one of his concerts one night. Yo, you wouldn't believe what was going on. And then on top of that, what makes it really, really hip hop on that level is that 2 Live Crew was the ones that were dragged into court on obscenity charges. And had they lost that case, rap would be sounding a whole lot
They're
different
the parental
right now.
advisory.
Let's make some noise for that happening.
No,
Come on. Yo, you motherfuckers clap your hands, or we gonna kick y'all out. Come on.
That's right. Wow.
Yo, even when you rolling a blunt, man, stop and clap your fucking hands, all right? We got the blast master in the fucking building, all right? So, you got that thing that I want to set up? Yeah, all right, play that real quick. I want to play something for you. One of the greatest calls I ever got in my life. And it's set up, Has? Yeah. It's Cool Herc. What's up, my brother?
It is the N.O.R.E. himself.
That's right, my brother. What's going on, man? I just missed your call, man.
Yeah, man.
I got you on speakerphone right now, man. Let them dudes know, baby. Let them dudes know you the godfather of hip hop, Cool Herc.
Yeah, I'm the order. I'm the first. Number 1, not 5, not 10, not 12. Number 1.
That's right, baby. You the original OG.
I'm looking for a few good, but I'm calling on you.
Yeah.
And there's no soldiers falling in line. Let's get this money.
That's right, baby. You know I love you to...
Either, man. It's overseas, man.
Absolutely. You know I love you to death, Cool Herc, man. You know what I mean?
I love it too, brother. I got your record in my repertoire when I go on the road, man.
All right, baby, hold on. I'm going to take this off of this shit so me and you can speak private. But, yo, man, just let the people know one more time. This is my Dyslexia album, man. Tell them niggas, you know what I mean? Word, I got an album called Dyslexia, man.
You're the realest in this game, my brother. Realest, man. I like the movie you was in, too, man.
Ah, thank you, man. This the godfather, Cool Herc, of the game, speaking to y'all fucking assholes. Cool Herc right here.
Tell him I'm the father, not the godfather. Godfather's secondary. I'm the first.
You the father. All right, my brother, hold on. I'm going to hit you right back. All right, Herc?
Yeah.
All right, hold on. So one day I got a call from Cool Herc.
Okay.
Right? Which is, for me, I'm a real hip-hop guy. Okay. You know what I'm saying? I respect everything that came before me. Wow. And when Cool Herc called me, I had called him something. I said, you're the godfather of hip-hop. And I said it once, and he let it slide. And then I said it again, and he let it slide. But then the third time I said it, I said, Cool Herc, let these motherfuckers know you the godfather of hip-hop. He said, N.O.R.E, hold on. Let me stop you. I am the father. Do you agree with that statement?
Yes.
I totally agree with the statement.
There's huge debate on it.
Okay.
Because everyone wants to take credit for hip hop now for its origins. We call, technically, to be scholarly correct, Kool Herc is called the recognized father of hip hop. The recognized father of hip hop. We call him the father of hip hop.
All right.
And the reason we call him the father of hip hop is because Bam called him the father of hip hop. Grandmaster Caz called him the father of hip hop. Pee Wee Dance and Grandmaster Flash. From this group, and Crazy Legs, called him the father of hip hop. Now, this is a family situation. All these guys, we all know each other. And they know each other.
But you're their younger homies, correct?
Oh, yes, no doubt.
Go ahead.
No doubt. Herc calls me the son of hip hop.
Listen.
Because...
Okay, let me break it down for me.
Yes.
Right, for me. All right, for me, when I heard Herc say that he was the father,
yes.
I automatically saluted that, never.
Yeah.
And then I thought of Bam Bada as the godfather.
Yes.
And then I think of you, Rakim, Big Daddy Kane,
Yes.
as the fathers.
Right.
Right?
Right.
And then after that comes Wu-Tang. Like, we're your little cousins. Wu-Tang, Mobb Deep, the Fat Joes, the Capone Noriegas, the MOP.
yes.
We're actually your sons direct.
Yes.
Like, I don't know, pause.
Yes.
I know these
Yes.
new generation, but you're actually our fathers.
Right.
Like you, Rakim,
Wow.
Big Daddy Kane. And so I have to ask this question, with that being said, with the name being, like, how is hip-hop supposed to respond to the Bambaataa? Like, how are we supposed to do that? You're
what angle you want to take it from?
I just don't know. That's why it's a generic question. What should we do? Because you being our father,
Sure.
whatever you say, I have to move accordance to it.
Well, you know, first of all, controversy is not truth. What you want is truth right now. You want truth.
Right.
But truth is also not information. It's not gossip. It's not even conversation. For me, if you keep it hip hop, nothing can be taken away from Africa Bambaataa's contribution.
Nothing.
Just keep it hip hop.
Right.
But if you want to dig into dude's personal life and the accusations that's being made and so on, me personally, I don't give a fuck.
Right.
Personally.
Right.
Look, if somebody was harmed or whatever was done or whatever, y'all deal with that shit. What? Deal with it.
Right.
That don't stop hip hop.
Right.
That
No.
don't stop what
It
you
doesn't
did
take
for
away-
hip hop.
Take away the legacy.
Don't take away none of it. History's history.
Right.
Right.
But deal with that. That's personal. I don't, I don't even know what to say.
Because I don't know the facts of the case neither.
No, but even if you knew the facts,
Right.
you know what I'm saying? A person like me, I deal with dudes that are questionable all the time.
Right.
Not just if the accusation is rape.
Right.
I know dudes that are doing, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
If you know anybody from prison, if you know anybody from the shelter, if you know anybody, if you live really in the hoods, you know shooters, you know dudes running from you know your man might have an open warrant on him right now. Right now. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
You know, I'm not judging these motherfuckers, man. It's my nigga right here, yo. That's it.
Right. Right.
Now, what you do in your crime and your shit and your bullshit, whatever you doing, that's on you. That's you, my G. That's whatever you doing. That's how I always dealt with it. I can't pick and choose, say, yo, this dude right here. I mean, I was producing Just Ice album, right?
Who's crazy? I heard he came to Queensbridge by himself.
I mean,
is this story true?
Oh, yes, it is.
Yeah. Let's make some noise for Just Ice being crazy. And we changed the subject, too. I was uncomfortable. Let's change the subject. Let's go. Yeah, but...
I mean, he was on America's Most Wanted, is my point.
Whoa, let's make some noise for him being America's Most Wanted as well. Come on, goddammit. This is real hip-hop shit.
This is real hip-hop shit, man. Hip-hop is in the world like everybody else, like every other culture. We in the world,
like politicians with dirty
backgrounds. Politicians with dirty...
Listen, bottom line is we are humans.
Yeah,
that's right.
All of us are humans.
We are all humans.
That's right.
But now, with that being said, right, what is your favorite MC battle? Because, I mean, you don't have to, you can include yourself if you want to, but what is your favorite MC battle?
To be honest with you, I mean, there's a lot. There's a few that I really enjoy.
Whichever comes to the top of your head.
The first one that comes to my head is Freeway and Cassidy. For me...
Let's make some noise for KRS-One. Knowing what's going on in the streets.
Back to Philly.
He know what's going on in the streets.
No, that's... I mean, it's an old battle, but if you talk about showmanship, you know, instant rhymes on deck there, that was hot. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
You know, I gotta ask you about the Drake and Meek Mill.
What's up?
How did you like? Did you like it? Is it
even a battle
top
to you?
20 battles?
I think it gave both of them credibility.
In what way? I need you to break that.
Well, because for me as an MC, like when people say top 5, okay, everybody got their top 5. Everybody, you know what I'm saying. But if you ain't battled, if you ain't did tours, if you ain't put no hits out. If you ain't put somebody else on or came from a legacy that was wild, you ain't even nowhere near the top 5. So dudes is like, I'm looking for young cats today to really rise up to the criteria first. First, where's your battle? You say you dope, bring it right now, because there's niggas like me out here, like straight up. I stay hungry. Stay hungry.
No, we heard your new diss record. We're going to get to that.
No, we're going to get to that. No.
You can take that on crazy.
So you claim you hungry. You claim, oh, yo, I'm the man. I'm a this. And now today with social media, you could claim anything. And everybody, so with Drake and Mills, to me, it gave them the credibility that they needed for even me to look at them as real MCs. I like both of their lyrics, by the way. Drake, I think, is underrated in terms of, because maybe he's doing the pop thing or whatever, but his lyrics is still dope from an MC perspective.
Now, I don't want to cut you off, but there's been allegations that he had help on his lyrics.
Ghostwriters.
How do you feel? I'm very curious of this.
Look.
Because you do come from a day where people were writing Biz Mark lyrics. And Biz Mark was upfront about it. Ice Cube said, Eazy-E said, Ice Cube, write the rhymes that I say. And to me, Eazy-E was one of the most killerest dudes out there. So how did you feel when you found out that Drake might have had some help?
That doesn't disturb me at all.
Wow.
It diminishes him in front of those that write their own lyrics. Okay, now those of us that spit the raw from our own heart, you really got to step up and come up to the plate on that level. But we're talking about MCing as a whole art. Talk about rap as a whole art. No, if you got a dope writer that can make you sound like something, go ahead and get with dude. The issue is writing. This is the issue, writing dope rhymes. I don't give a fuck where it comes from. Writer, whoever, some of the dopest dudes, and I'm not gonna call no names, rhymes, you say, yo, it's like there's secrets in hip hop, okay? The dopest dudes had dude write for them. That's not a problem. Now me, I never had the privilege of anyone writing for me, okay? You know. You're
too smart. Nobody can
write.
No,
but wait a minute. No, let me tell you.
All right.
If Rakim came to me with a rhyme, I'd say that shit.
This is crazy.
I'd say that shit.
This is crazy. I need to make some noise for that. Everybody, make some noise. Yo, Drake, listen, Drake, send me the check. I have just saved you. You are back cool in every community, Drake. KRS has said it on the Drink Chance podcast that he's okay.
No, I'm okay. Look. Not in real spitters that write they rhymes. You diminish yourself. It'll never be okay with real spitters that write they shit, okay? But that's our lane. That's our category. That's a level of excellence that you have to get to. Okay? Now, but my issue is look, here's the opposite. Some dude writes your rhymes and they whack, and you say them shits anyway. I heard dudes say whack rhymes that they didn't even write. That's corny, okay?
That's the issue. Okay.
But if you got a real shooter with you, dude is writing raw shit, well, make sure he pay the brother. Make sure he gets some credit at some point in your career, but say that shit. Say that dope shit. Hip-hop needs dope lyrics. We don't need dope MCs. Understand? We need dope lyrics. We need the right. I don't care where it come from. Your moms could write you some shit. If that shit is dope,
let's make some noise for somebody mom made some shit. Come on.
Yeah, for moms writing lyrics, man.
Moms
So you're saying it's just the vessel.
It's just about MCs are the vessel. Look, if you really get down to it, I don't write my own lyrics. God writes my lyrics.
God damn it.
So if you think about it, none of us are writing our own lyrics. We all, any MC that writes his lyrics, you know you sitting there with the pen, the pad, or whatever, your phone, whatever it is, and you hum your shit out. Right. You hear that shit from someplace else. Right. You're like, criminal mind.
See, he a DJ, so I know what he's talking about.
And DJs don't even start with that. You, as producers, you hear the beats. Before you hit the thing, you know what you're gonna do before you do it. You hum it out, you bang it out, but you hear something. So no one is original. No art is original. We are all being influenced by everything and everyone. The corny motherfucker is the one who doesn't say, yo, my G wrote this, give it 3 years, 4 years. You know, you made some success after you got on. Pick your man up.
Acknowledgement.
Acknowledge your dude, man. Yo, this is what it is. Hit him with his cash. Yo, you know he helped you get where you gotta go. Hit him with his cash. Make sure he's good and his family is good. That's respect in hip hop. That's big respect.
Now, in this day, like a lot of the OGs, they'll sit back and they'll be like, you know, I don't like this. Do you listen to what's going on now, or
No, they had their chance. They're over. They're finished.
Let's make some noise.
No, fuck that.
Let's make some noise.
Fuck that. They had their chance. That shit is over.
Right.
That shit's over. Fuck all that old school shit. All that shit's done. Okay.
So you do listen to the new school or no?
Yeah, I listen to everything.
Wow.
Okay, I listen to everything. Okay, I was just with my man L.A. Sunshine. He put a book out. We was just kicking it up in the Bronx. That's my G right there. Kumo D. That's my G. Busy B.
Right.
No doubt. These are my dogs. No doubt. But let me see Joey Badass right now. Let me see, you know, you know what I'm saying? Like I don't want to call names, but I'm just saying.
No, you can.
Let me just.
Let's get him another drink. Get him another drink, please. Please.
You know, but no, I listen to everything, man. I just absorb it all.
Yeah, I really appreciate you having that attitude, because now I am. They call me an OG now. I'm 38 years old.
No doubt.
Hip hop was born in what year? Hip hop.
Well, 73 is the scholarly.
73. I was born in 77.
See.
So now they calling me an OG.
That's right.
And I want to sit back and I want to give back to this life.
No doubt.
So we're doing this podcast. I want to give people like you a platform to say whatever the fuck you want to say.
You sure about that?
Anytime you
sure about that?
No, it's okay. We don't give a fidgety duck.
We don't care if this ends
That's
tomorrow.
That's why we're gonna get you another drink. First off, this has been one of my accomplishments in life. You know, people got bucket lists.
Wow.
You know, you always been a person that I've learned from.
Wow.
Like, whether you know it direct or indirect.
No doubt.
Y'all ain't even asked me to pass the blunt. Y'all some foul people, but it's okay. I understand. From Kindle. So, look at EFN. He's here. So, you directly, somebody said to me the other day, they said Jay-Z and Jay the Kiss raised me with their bars, and it fucked me up. Because I was like, damn, well then, I always told people, if you take KRS-One, and then you take a little bit of Biz Markie, and a little bit of Granddaddy IU, that's when you get N.O.R.E.
Wow.
But you notice I never took none of y'all styles, but I was influenced.
You was
That's three.
Start on you.
Yeah, that's three totally different people, but that's who made me, because you taught me that black is beautiful.
No doubt.
And be yourself.
That's right.
Biz taught me, life ain't that serious, homie. Have some fucking fun. And then Granddaddy IU told me how to be exact opposite of him, because he was so smooth.
Right.
Like, I feel like Granddaddy IU was like the Kane that never. I'm gonna take it. It's my first interview ever smoking. Yo, big up Hakeem Green, my brother.
Another legend.
Another legend is in the building. Sparkmadism. Let's just get into that, man.
Wow.
How did Sparkmadism come about?
Damn. Well, first of all, Hawk was a school teacher.
No, I never knew this. Let's make some noise for Hawk being a school teacher. God damn it. With the teacher, okay.
With the teacher. So he was one of the many teachers and professors I was rolling with at about 93. Hawk rolled up and said, yo, So he kept coming to my lectures. I was doing lectures around. So he kept coming to lectures. So I said, you know, you look like you an MC. You look like, you know, you get down.
He had the braids back then.
Yeah, he was just started. That's right.
Started, little twist.
And I said, yo, you look like an MC. He was like, wow, how did you? So make a long story short, I heard him. I loved it. But I said, the solo MC thing, not going to work. Right. We need two people. This is like DOS Effects was hitting, nice and smooth.
Because they were signed to you, right?
Jaeger.
They were signed to you, right?
Yes. Well, technically to my wife.
And Mad Lion?
G. Simone was running Front Page Records. Okay. Technically, KRS was with the label, Channel Live, Mad Lion. For a minute, even Fat Joe. But we was closing the label closing the company, the management company at the time when Joe just started to blow. Wow. We was just coming down on that level. Same thing with excuse me, Praz and no, not the food. Before they were the food. Oh yeah, right. Actually, the Refugees. Right. It was just Praz and Wyclef.
So you had a chance to sign them?
Yes.
Oh,
we did some of their first
KRS,
shows.
You fucked up. Man.
You know, no. That was no. We wasn't in no position whatsoever to deal with them. Right. You could see, Wyclef used to pull out a guitar.
No, he still does it
in the middle of like mad hip hop.
Back then it was.
He still does it. It'd be weird. You just be chilling.
He just started rocking out. Like you know, we was like, you know what, you go ahead. And but it was dope. So anyway, we got in the studio. And, you know, I grew up in an herb culture. You know what I'm saying? I grew up in Flatbush, Brooklyn, Church Avenue, right there, at Erasmus High School, Wingate High School, shout out to Prospect Park, the whole nine. Right. So I grew up there in the 70s, when you were born, 77.
77.
I was in the parks.
Let's pick it up for KRS memory. His memory is always impeccable. His memory is impeccable, man.
We were
in Brooklyn. In
Brooklyn.
Oh, you trying to give Brooklyn some props? Is that what's going on, Hakeem? Yeah.
So there we was in Flatbush. So I grew up in herb culture, and not from the point of view like, oh, we just gonna smoke bud. I was with Rastas and the Ethiopian Orthodox Church. We had the Bible open. Dudes was smoking toward the east. Chalice burned down Rome every time the chalice burned. You had to say, yo, we was like in that culture for real. So it was like, I grew up with like no problem. Like, yo, burn the bud. What? It's no big deal. What? Moved up to the Bronx when I became homeless, like around 1981 or 2.
So that story is true. You was homeless.
Oh yeah, no doubt. About 4 years. That's how I met Scott LaRotte. Wow. He was a social worker in the shelter, but we'll get back to that later.
Okay, cool. For real.
So I grew up in the culture. So for me, Peter Tosh, since 1971, was yelling for the legalization of marijuana since 71. Everybody know that, you know, the judges are smoking, the cops smoke, the doctors been saying, this is the safest plant. In fact, this is the healing of the nation. This right here, Alzheimer's, cancers, you name it, herb is the healing for that. But now you got this tax issue, and you got this dudes that don't want to give up their power. They get more money and more power selling it illegally. You really don't want the government selling weed. You really don't want that, because the idea is that it's going to get whacked. It's like whatever the government put they can't even teach English correctly. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like anything that the government puts his hand into, it starts to get sterile. It starts to get whacked. You don't have no competition. Watered down. So dudes is like, nah, we want to grow that shit right there in Mexico, right there in Afghanistan, right there up in and now Colorado, Seattle, they just went rogue with it and just said, you know what, we just gonna do it. And I think it was done for the kids in the area, because they're not locking their kids up. You know what I'm saying? They're not gonna do that. They rather change the laws than see their kids and the family go through that. That's why I think it really got legalized. You could cite medical this or medical that, but really it's an issue of going to prison. Families have been ruined by just smoking a joint or having herb on you. This is a plant that grows in the world. Like, how is the government like even allowed to tell you how you should think? Like, that's the beginning. Like if I smoke bud and I'm like, yeah, I feel great on this, why are you telling me I don't? Like the use of the word nigger, for instance. Same shit. This my nigga right there. I know what I'm saying. Right. I got 3 PhDs, nigga. I write books, nigga. Right. What? I know what the fuck I'm saying.
Right.
But nah, black people ain't supposed to think. We not supposed to have governance over our own mouth, over our own thinking. Right. So if I tell you, listen, when I say my nigga, I really mean my brother. Right. Listen to how I say it. Right. My nigga. Right. That's my brother right there. Now, I just told you what it is. Right. The problem is, there's no law in the United States made by black people that white people are bound to respect. Imagine, we follow all their laws. What law they follow of ours? There's no Latino brother that came. I said, look, this is what helps Latino people right here. And y'all gonna follow, we want blacks, whites, everybody, you're gonna follow our laws. Right. We follow the Constitution, we follow state ordinances, all that's white law. But here's now the Native American law. Why are we not, nah, this country's not built on following anybody else's law except their own. And when it comes to marijuana, it becomes an issue of freedom of thought. Like, this is how I think. Do you have the right to tell me what state of mind I should be in too? No, this is the state of mind that I feel I should be in. And as a matter of fact, the US Constitution, it's federal law to be happy in the United States.
What? Wait,
the pursuit of life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness.
So if you get happiness, that's illegal?
If you're sad and depressed in the U.S., you broke federal law.
Wow.
You broke federal law. The government should be doing, the Constitution and the Declaration of Independence, the spirit of it is all about liberty, justice, freedom, happiness. For all. The pursuit of happiness is law.
So I'm going to change it up real quick.
Come on.
A crazy hip-hop story is you went to the Palladium.
What's this?
And you threw PM Dawn off the stage.
Damn.
I got to get this story. Let's make some noise. I got to hear the story direct from you. Yo, that's when, like, you've been my hero. But, like, it's like, that's when I made my choice from Malcolm and Martin. It was like Martin, like, I still think Martin was killing people at night, like, when he went. Like, still think Martin was a shooter. Like, I still, in my heart. But Malcolm was like, straight up, I'm going to shoot you back. So when Chris, I can call you Chris?
Yeah, no doubt.
I feel like I'm honored to call you.
Come on.
That. So I felt like, the minute you threw PM Dawn on stage, it's like, yes, he can teach me and he'll still whip your ass. Damn. That's exactly what I wanted. That's exactly who I am. Make some fucking noise. Come on. So what did he do for you to throw him off the stage? I never really got that part of the story.
Well, if you want the scholarly approach.
Nah, we don't.
We want the nigga approach.
Okay, well, here it is.
I get it.
So dudes start mouthing off in Details magazine. Okay. Now this is the mood that we're in around this time. I think I forgot what year this was.
This is
96.
88, 90?
No. Oh no, it was 92.
92. Okay, cool.
It's 92.
And was it the Palladium? Was I correct?
No, it wasn't the Palladium.
Okay.
It was a small club in Manhattan. I don't remember the name. It was one of them clubs that had like Car Wash was. It wasn't. That wasn't the name of the place. That's just the name of the night. The night, right? It was Sound Factory.
Let's big up Hakeem Green for remembering
that's
the club.
Right.
God damn it. Come on, KRS, what's going to happen?
So Sound Factory, okay, wait a minute. Now here's the mood of it, 92, okay? 92. Around this time, this is when, like you said, knowledge was just hitting hip-hop. Hip-hop was some ignorant ass shit, okay? Of course, you did have Run DMC, you had Houdini, you had those that were actually rocking on a supposedly more intelligent level, especially Run DMC with It's Like That and all type of records.
I'm sorry, I just got to salute you in the mid-interview. Just do that. You know what I'm saying? First off, just for the viewers to know, KRS-One is drinking a Mai Tai. He's
drinking with the drink champs.
If you haven't traveled, you probably don't know what the fuck a Mai Tai is, okay?
No doubt.
So this is a Hawaii drink. I would like you to continue to drink. That's how you know KRS been getting our money for a long time.
He was in Tahiti or something.
Yeah,
I'm with this shit.
Yes. Thank you for coming again.
Yo, thanks for opening your door.
Can you continue your story,
Okay,
please?
so the mood in 92.
I was about to pass you the weed, but I'm going to slow down.
I'm slow down. I'm good. I may hit you later, though.
Yeah, that's all good.
Look, This mood, this time, is when I had just put out You Must Learn, the Stop the Violence movement. Why is that?
And then what's the PM Dawn joint? What's the joint he got out? I don't know why he tested you. Why did he test you? Let's just get to the point.
Well, it wasn't just me.
Well, he tested more people
yes.
than you? Okay, all right.
He was thugging it out.
In his Details magazine,
okay,
he had said something pertaining to the fact, he said NWA is nothing. Chuck D is making mountains out of molehills.
Oh, we should have killed him.
And KRS-One KRS-One wants to be a teacher, but a teacher of what? And
we should have killed him.
For me, it didn't matter for me. But Chuck at the time was receiving death threats because of the controversy with Griff. Griff had
the
made
Jewish
a
comments,
the
right?
Jewish comments. Griff had made a statement. So Public Enemy was under real heat in America, okay? Right. And this dude just sold like 1 million records. So he had a really good year, you know, selling records. Right. So he's just mouthing off. Like, it's our time now. Don't
worry, Karen. You can drop the drinks. Don't worry about it.
You know, these dudes is over. NWA ain't nothing. Right. Chuck D, Public Enemy ain't saying nothing. KRS this. So I let it go for a minute.
So this was like over months.
This is like over,
just one time.
No. This is over a period, and it wasn't just him. So I had also a little run-in with X-Clan around the same time.
Sure. No, I've never heard this
story.
Okay,
me and X-Clan were going back and forth with. I mean, Brother Jay was, you know, calling me Captain Human and this, that, and the other. Well, that wasn't directed to us.
No, but it was them.
But it was them. Yeah, and if you're battling me, then maybe it was.
Wow.
So there was X-Clan. Bam chilled it all out back then.
Because X-Clan was Zulu.
Right.
Okay.
So he cooled it all out. We had a press conference and just kissed and made up. That was the end of that.
Right, cool.
But there were others, dudes in the hood. For some reason, people felt that if you come out advocating peace, knowledge, wisdom, I was coming with You Must Learn. That somehow we supposed to be soft, or somehow you gonna run up, or I don't know what it was, and I was naive because all my dudes was straight gangsters. Like I'm talking about, I'm trying to take dudes off the street, convince them, yo, we can go on tour, man. You ain't got to do this. You ain't got to do that. And dudes is like, yo, if you could show me another way out of here, we could do this. So I'm trying to take these dudes, and we trying to leave the hood. Okay, we trying to be positive. We got to stop the violence movement.
And PM Dawn
and
said
here this dude
shit.
come.
Yeah, let's get to it.
Oh, KRS ain't shabba baba baba. We just got finished with X-Clan with that. Lynch Mob had made a statement. Ice Cube, self-destruction, don't pay the fucking rent.
Oh, this is after something?
Yeah, this is after all
this is why you're a real gangster. High
This
five.
is what it is.
This is why you're a real gangster. Make some noise with him. You ain't gonna play me. We gonna stop the violence, but if the violence comes, we gonna bring the violence.
And so for some reason, they thought it was soft in my corner.
And so PM Dawn is not from New York, correct?
No.
What is he doing? He came to New York.
He wouldn't. I don't know what that was.
And so I want to know the altercation. What did you say something to him, or you just threw him on the stage?
No.
How it happened?
No. This is what happened. He made his allegation, and he made some other allegation on the radio or something like that about he was ready to battle or something, or some kind of lyrical something. So I was like, great, let's just take it right there. And leave it there. You calling my name out. What I got to do with you? I'm doing my own thing over here. But he was riding a wave that was saying that groups like NWA, Public Enemy, Boogie Down Productions, they bullshit. And we the shit. Hood dudes is bullshit. This is the new shit. And so there was a big party for T-Money. Back in the days, T-Money was a Yo MTV Raps host with Ed Lover and Dr. Dre. Big party in New York. Everybody, the industry was there, which is why we had two chances. He was going to play in somewhere. He was going to play with his own show. He was going to either go there, or we could go right here to Manhattan, where it was popping. And we said, you know what? Let's do Manhattan because the industry is there. This is T-Money's birthday party. We said, you know what? Let's set it straight real quick right there. A couple other dudes was in the crowd. They was called, yo, KRS ain't share. What the fuck? They were in the crowd too. So when I got there, we were so amped. Like, we was just so, and when I say we, and again, I don't want to call no names and put nobody on blast.
You can if you want. You can if you want.
But, you know, just to color the story and give you some background on it. So, it was me there, it was Just Ice, Queen Latifah. Latifah had her crew. N.O.R.E by nature. N.O.R.E had their crew.
Because he dissed N.O.R.E and them too?
And them too. Well, no.
Oh, they was just there with you.
They was just there with me.
This
is the early days of Flavor Unit.
That's correct.
This is the early days.
Tresh is my nigga, so I
this is the early
I can
days.
picture the scenery.
Just
I can picture the scenery.
early Tresh. Okay.
Yeah.
They all giddy.
Right.
Like, yo, when do we go?
Oh, so you set it up.
Yeah.
Because you know, let me just tell you something. I don't know if you know. That is a trend now. When a person has a beef with somebody, they book them for a show.
Right.
And then when they come out, they'll do 1 or 2 songs.
Right.
And then they'll bum rush the shit.
Right.
But you set that trend. I don't know if you know that.
Well, you know what?
Yes, I don't know if you know
We
that.
didn't mean to.
Well, you set the fucking trend. Let's make some noise. The KRS setting the Right.
Look. So we went up. It wasn't a setup in the sense that we knew we were gonna go there, but we knew we had 2 choices.
Right.
And it was like the day before. So we chose this one.
So did you actually talk to him prior to that?
No.
Oh, no?
No,
So you
no
just
talk.
waited for him to get on stage?
Just waited for him to get. As a matter of fact, the word had gotten out because I said, yo, I'm here to battle. It wasn't about throwing nobody off stage.
Okay.
I'm still stop the violence, yo. Peace, my G. We still rolling like this.
That's why it was so controversial.
That's why it was right.
Yeah.
So when I jumped up, what happened was I think one of his boys or something, he had a little crew with him, somebody with him. So when we jumped on stage, I remember Super Cat, I can't even front my man
shit.
Super Cat. He said, Chris, let me go on first, man. Let me go on first, man. Before you do that, man, let me go on first, man. I was like, yo, and Cat went on, he did his thing. Then PM Dawn went on. We just let him get through one song, and then we all jumped on the stage. It's like, yo, let's battle. Let's get it popping right now. So the whole crowd was like, oh, let's go. But something happened, somebody jumped out. It was like, fuck that. You know, was trying to do some shit. It was like, yo, fuck that. We here with all shooters, my nigga. Why don't fuck that? Threw them niggas off the stage. That's what it was. Fuck that, no. There's nothing. Yo.
Troy Ave just did that to I Love McCannon in New York. In New York. This is a fact. I got love for I Love McCannon. I got love for Troy Ave. But when it happened, it immediately.
I didn't hear about this.
Oh, now you are. So I immediately, when I synced it, I said, "This is." I don't even think Troy Ave know that this originated from that very moment.
Wow.
Like if you disrespect and you come to the person's town,
No
you
doubt.
are liable to go off the stage. And drinks is liable to throw at you, and you are allowed to feel uncomfortable.
That's right.
But you started that trend, and I applaud you for that, sir. Come on, one more time, everybody, make some fucking noise.
But being that we're on the topic of self-destruction, stop the violence, one thing that I've always wondered, why do you think that we haven't been able to recreate those movements in hip-hop? Because when that came out and We're All in the Same Gang came out, those records, they were cool to the youth at the time.
Yes, it was.
We loved those records. We knew the lyrics.
No, but see, the people...
And I know you've continued to do those records, but they haven't touched the pulse of the youth anymore.
Nah, hip-hop is not conscious. Okay? Like, people got to understand that. Hip-hop, its raw essence, that shit is gutter ghetto. Hip-hop is ignorant. Okay? That shit is...
At its core.
That shit is raw ignorance, man. Just straight up. But all the best things come out of that shit.
Right.
Okay? The darkness. That's where the best shit comes from. Out of this shit. Look, it takes feces to make things grow. All we eating is shit.
Manure.
You know
It's
what I'm
the most
saying? Manure.
honest.
It's the most honest. So that's why I say go back to the movement. When we did those records, Stop the Violence and Self-Destruction, look at the dudes that were doing them. Those were street dudes.
Yeah, that's why we love them.
Okay, that's why, right. But now all them dudes got shot up and went to jail.
Right.
Nobody, there's no one else, like maybe some younger kids today, or maybe some of the younger artists today, if they care about their community. When we were coming up with gangs and, and crews and stuff like that, we cared about the community still. Like, we would still smack a young kid up and be like, yo, you better go to school, motherfucker. I know your moms. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You would still get gangs like that. Today, it's too individualistic.
Right.
Even dudes who are real gangsters, they not really in the hood. They gangster on the phone. They pushing their thing through
on Twitter,
different mediums. Now, we didn't have none of this shit when we was coming up.
I'm sorry to cut you off, but you know what the crazy shit is? I just thought about it, like, you know, hip hop, we got our own little version of Chitlin Circuit, right? Like where you go. So back then, in the 90s, I'll say 97, 98, I had to go to Virginia, I had to go to North Carolina, and when the dude told me, yo, I run the block, I had a choice. It was 15 seconds, not 15 seconds on the internet, but it's 15 seconds that I had to say, I believe him or I fucking don't.
Right.
We didn't have Instagram. Like right now, dude would be like, yo, I run in town. Check my Instagram.
Couldn't hood check them.
Like that shit don't fucking register with me. But you know what I'm saying? Because they'll have a picture with like, you know, whoever's the popular people at the time.
Right.
But back then, in the 90s, I had to go to a town and I had to make a decision in 15 seconds when a dude caught me in Foot Locker and said, yo, N.O.R.E, I run the town, fuck with me. And I had to study his mannerism.
Right, you had to know.
I had to do, and sometimes these guys lying.
They're good.
But a lot of the times, they're official. You don't have time to go look at. And nowadays,
can't Google them.
When I go to a town now, they'll be like, yo, go get with such and such. And I got to look at this guy's Instagram. But it was realer. And your generation was before mine. So how was that, like just traveling the U.S. back then?
You had to know people, man.
Right,
you had to really know. Like what you just said right there brought me back to like, okay, tell you a story.
Right.
Ice-T, okay? This is way back.
Big up Ice-T coming on the show as well.
Shout out to Ice-T and Coco.
Yep.
This goes back to Darlene. Okay. So
That's his first wife.
This is first wife.
That was on the cover.
On the cover of Power. I think the Power with the shotgun.
Just wanted to let people know that. I know that.
Ice-T, this is the realest dude ever. Okay, I don't know what y'all know about TV and him. I don't know what that shit is. Okay, but in the '80s, Rhyme Syndicate in LA.
Woo.
Okay, you had to know these dudes, or you wasn't playing.
Oh, so you saying you couldn't even go to LA?
You couldn't even play. You couldn't even play. Today you could book shows. You know, Live Nation will book you.
Right.
You know, it's all good. You know,
It's
corporate in the hood. This shit is all good.
Right.
No, back then it was only dudes that were hustling that was booking rappers. So it was like, you know, and it wasn't never no shit. It was actually the time we all was having a good time. It's like we left all the guns, all the product and shit. Leave that shit down. Let's just go to Latin Quarters and have a good fucking time. Let's just go down to you know, the rooftop or whatever, Fever or whatever. Everybody just was like that. Everybody left their shit in the car. If there was any beef in the club, you'd see dudes running outside till they ride.
Right.
And that's the shit would pop off in the parking lot. Right. But we had to know people. You couldn't just be a rapper. There was so many rappers that were dope on the mic and even had hit records, but they couldn't tour. They couldn't travel, you know, because back then people were still getting robbed for their chain. Just the idea of wearing a gold chain
they
in
still
the
get
club.
robbed for their chain.
Well, you know what I'm saying, you know, but look, I tell you this.
It's on YouTube though now.
Nah, it's on YouTube.
It's for YouTube.
It's for YouTube now.
You know, MC Search, you know,
Far Rockaway Queens.
Far right, third base. These were the only white dudes ever to walk in Latin Quarters with big gold on.
Now, Latin Quarters, where was the original Latin Quarters? Because I went to Latin Quarters
48th Street and Broadway.
On 96 and Broadway.
So
the original Latin Quarters was on
48th Street and Broadway.
You see, you learn
across the
something
street
new
from Popeye's Chicken. We used to eat that bullshit and go across the street and tear that shit down. Nothing but hustlers in there. And if your rhymes was whack, you did not make it out.
Oh.
Like you without insults or niggas scheming on you, or like you had to have security walk you out. Like you know what I'm saying? And I took pride in that shit. I was like, fuck y'all niggas, man. I'm getting this shit in right now. And they just loved my whole shit. And the point was that we were spitting conscious shit. We called it reality rap. Yo, man, fuck these cops, this court, the shit we were going through. Fuck the DA. These motherfuckers are corrupt. Let's talk about the government. That shit became conscious rap all of a sudden. In the 90s, the title switched. And now all of a sudden, we were supposed to play this role of being conscious rappers who didn't fight or argue and this shit. And it was like, I never wrestled. I never settled this in my own career. You know, me, I consider myself a God man, straight up. I'm all about peace. But this world, the minute you say you standing up for justice and wisdom, these dudes want to try to see you, and I love shit like that. I'm like, I'm God's like worst. I'm sent here to make you think, like, yo, we can get that dude right there. I'm like,
No, it's a beautiful thing that you ever did.
And shit changes in the dark. Like, yeah, come on, follow me down here. Yeah, man, see the skirt? I'm wearing the skirt. Come on down here, come on.
So here's where I want to go. Here's where I want to go, KRS.
You taking me back.
How did the beef start with Shan originally?
Oh, man.
Was it the record or was it something on the side? I have to know this for my own, because you're my favorite rapper. I don't know if you know that.
We wanted to be down with the
But
juice
I hated you when you did the Bridge Is Over.
You and 50.
I just got to be clear with you. Yo, let me tell you something. You made any killers in Queens, you made them. Because I'm going to just tell you.
Wow.
Because you said we didn't
That's
hear...
a horrible thing to tell.
That's horrible.
It's a great horrible thing. Because you know why? We had, on Rikers Island at that time, was the toughest place. I mean, it was the hardcorest place to go. And if you was from Queens, you would just walk by and people would be like, Queens, right? And I don't know if you started this, but you said, I didn't hear a peep from a place called Queens. And we had to fight every East New York nigga, every Bronx nigga, for niggas to be like, Queens niggas is official.
No doubt.
Like,
no doubt.
He just took out Shan. He didn't. Damn, I worded that wrong. MC Shan, don't blow me up. Listen, I'm just being honest.
No doubt.
And at that time, you changed the face of hip hop because you single-handedly. So I need to know, how did this start? Was it beef with Marley? Was it beef with Shan? Was it his Whack Puma sneaker? What was it, Chris, to make you go off like that?
Yo.
Because, first off, we in Queens didn't know there was a South Bronx. We didn't know it was a North Bronx.
I thought it was just
we just thought it was the Bronx. So I need to know this. This is for my own history. How did this start?
First of all,
okay.
Rest in peace to Mr. Magic. Let me start right there.
Rest in peace to Mr.
Okay?
Magic. You don't care about the weed smoke, right?
Nah, come on, man.
Come on, respect.
Rest in peace to Mr. Magic, okay? Straight up. Now, that's who started it.
He started it. Let's big up Mr. Magic for starting.
Mr. Magic, no doubt.
He lives forever.
Rest in peace, Magic.
Rest in peace, Magic.
We wanted to be down with the Juice Crew. Let's start right there.
So, and this is Marley Marl.
This is Magic. Okay.
Magic and Marley.
Magic was the first of all. There was another Juice Crew before Magic.
Let's name the original Juice.
The original Juice Crew. I don't know all of them. I think it was Melly Mel, Kaz.
Get the fuck out of here.
This is Juice Crew.
Super old school.
This is original
I don't know this
Juice
at
Crew
all.
out of Disco Fever. They were the original Juice Crew. Magic was part of that crew.
Okay.
Okay. So he kind of took the name, and the second generation came up, which was us. And so he named his crew the Juice Crew. But he is the only one with the ring. There was rings. It was like 13 rings that were given out for this Juice Crew.
We gotta bring rings back.
He was one of these dudes with the ring. So he named the thing Juice Crew with his man Fly Ty as well. Ty was big, with promotion and marketing. So the idea was battles were huge on the street anyway. If you was an MC, you was always battling your man. You was always in a cypher spitting some shit. So that's what it was, but none of that was ever reflected in mainstream media, in rap, whatever. Run DMC, they was crushing shit, but they was still, you know, rapping. They were still like performers. You know, it never was really what it was on the street level. So we went to Magic. We wanted to be part of the Juice Crew. We wanted to be produced by Marley Marl. Okay, but Magic was the Juice Crew. He's the one that put everybody down. So Roxanne Shante just came off of a battle with UTFO. Nice battle. All these Roxannes came out of that battle.
Let me big up Roxanne Shante, little sister, Fastimo. I went to school with her.
Wow.
Continue.
Roxanne Shante, she came out, UTFO, nice battle. So MC Shan came out and dissed LL, called him a beat biter, because the word on the street was that LL bit his style. The Kango, the Adidas, the Pumas, that's the tracksuit. And in a way, he looked just like LL from the early days. If you look at early LL, it was some kind of similarity. So LL was mad about that, I guess, and started going after, Shan was mad at that and started going after LL. LL never answered him. But I did, because Magic took our demo. So the story goes, an engineer told us this. We handed in our record. It was 2 records, Criminal Minded and Elementary. Oh, and a record called Advance, 3 records. We have got to advance. 3 records, we gave it to him. They said, Magic said, this is corny. No, we're not doing it. And supposedly flung it in the garbage.
But not in front of your face?
No.
Okay, good.
This is an engineer telling us. First of all, we couldn't even talk to Magic, okay?
Because he was that big.
He was that huge, okay? Security, he was the man, okay? We couldn't even see him.
I'm such in fan mode right now. Continue, Karen. I'm in fan mode. Go ahead.
We handed dude the CD through somebody, and the word got back, yo, whack, get up out of here.
Wow.
So mind you, I'm homeless in the street. I'm riding the train back and forth, the D train. Scott LaRock is a social worker. At the shelter, I get to, you know, sometimes I'm at the shelter, sometimes I'm not. Me and Just Ice was in the shelter together. So some nights we hang out all night, some nights we get it. But Scott had to go to work every day and work there at that shelter. So we got back and Scott was like, yo, they said it was whack, my G. I was like, yo, whack? Shan is whack. How my shit ain't whack? What you? So I'm 20, you know what I'm saying? 21, 20. I'm cocky, I'm arrogant. I'm already known in the Bronx. I'm a graffiti writer really named KRS. And I'm writing on the 6 train and the 5, the 2 and the 5s. We hitting the bus yards, Fordham Road bus yards. So I'm already on my shit in the graffiti world. And I
write graffiti also because of you. I'm just throwing it out there. I'm just saying.
I was on my shit bombing buses and trains. And we were trying to get into the rap deal, hopefully to get some money and get out the hood. They said you whack. So I wrote The Bridge Is Over first.
Wait. Before the South Bronx?
Yeah, before the South Bronx, I wrote The Bridge Is Over. Because that was more my shit. I was on some reggae shit. So I was like, yo, I used to listen to Shinehead, actually, was my inspiration. Shinehead. I used to listen to Shinehead, Michigan is Smiley, Yellow Man, Lieutenant Stitchy, Major Macro, Ninja Man. I just go on and on. I used to blast all that. So he was like, see, what are you doing?
This is the drink champ.
What is this trying to do, man?
You just got to roll with it.
Okay, so...
You just got to roll with it.
I didn't know either.
So it's like, so I'm listening to all that, but Scott was like, first of all, Scott started to get down in his spirit because he had already shopped our music to everybody. And they all turned us down. They said it was too educated, too preachy. You don't sound like the rappers out here, because we were talking about nuclear war, the government, this kind of thing. It was like, nah, rap don't need all that.
I know about Illuminati because of you. I'm just...
but we were on that shit in 84.
Yeah, I'm just telling you that.
Anyway, so we was like, you know, nobody was going to sign us. No one wanted us. So I was like, you know what? Fuck it. I wrote The Bridge Is Over. I said it to Scott. Scott was like, nah, man, because nobody's gonna gonna play that reggae shit. Nobody wanna hear that shit. They wanna hear like Run DMC and this.
So you're telling me The Bridge Is Over was wrote before Shan actually dropped The Bridge, or was The Bridge out?
No, The Bridge was out.
All right, because and
I wrote The Bridge Is Over.
All right, so now let me just tell you, this is where you also crushed my dreams as a child.
Damn.
When Shan
As I reach
said
for this.
hip hop started out in the dark, I thought he was telling the truth. I'm a child. All right, I was born in 1977. All right, what year did Shan drop that record?
That was like 86.
86. So technically, how old am I? 9?
Like 10? What? 9 years old?
9?
You're like 9.
So I believed Shan.
As you should as a 9-year-old.
But I've never been to the Bronx.
But wait a minute, here's the real of it.
Okay, go
We
ahead.
both were wrong.
Okay, wait. Me and you, or you and Shan?
Me and Shan.
Okay, break this
He
down.
said, you love to hear the story again and again. How it all got started way back when. The monument is right in your face. Sit and listen for a while to the name of the place. The Bridge.
Okay.
That caused the battle.
That's
the
because you
line.
knew hip hop originated in the
Oh, no
Bronx.
doubt. I was going to
Okay.
123 Park watching Bam.
Right. Okay. Okay.
So now we, as we go,
So it was that line that made you
that's
furious.
what. Yeah. Well, no, it's Magic said we was garbage that made us furious.
Combined with that line.
Well, that line was the excuse.
But Magic wasn't from Queensbridge.
No,
Magic is from
Magic. He's from Brooklyn, I think.
From Brooklyn. Okay,
I think Magic
continue
from
the
Brooklyn.
story.
No,
So,
but
you hear this record,
Yes,
MC Shan,
yes.
and it bothers you. Why?
yes.
Tell me.
Well, first of all, Magic just dissed us and basically was harping on the fact that his #1 MC was this dude right here, MC Shan. So, being from the Bronx, hungry, broke, poor with nothing, we said, you know what? That's food right there. Let's go get him.
This is crazy.
And so
Food right there.
we said, yo, I wrote The Bridge Is Over first. Scott didn't like it. He said, no, nobody's listening to no reggae shit. If you really want to go at dude, come with some shit.
So the original Bridge Is Over was a reggae.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, it was Super Cat. Boops. Boom, boom,
Yeah.
boom, 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 boom. Big up
And it
to
still has
Super
that
Cat for
element
that.
in it.
Right,
Super Cat lived in Left Rack for a little while.
No
too.
doubt.
That's my nigga. So
Super Cat.
continue.
I was all into Super Cat right there. And he had a record called Say Boops Then. Say go on and hug him up. Hey, Say Boops Then. Nigga, the boom, 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 boom. I was like, yes, put that to some boom bap. The same shit we used to do in the shelter. We used to hit
So
the
Scott
bathroom
didn't
wall.
like the reggae version.
He didn't like that shit.
So then what happened? You went back and
He put on this record that goes, hey, bro, I got that good cheaper. Boom, 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 boom.
We gotta
boom.
find this
Hey,
record.
bro, I got that good cheaper. You have to keep cutting that part out. So Scott's cutting that shit. And I was like, way back in the days when hip hop began with Coke, LaRock, Kool Herc, and then Bam. People, Scott was like, oh, yo, you need to come with that. Next, like 3 days later, he got his check.
Right.
We went to the studio. It was $50,
Right.
$25 an hour, and you get an acetate at the end. So it was a bargain. Like the acetate was $25, but they said $25 and the acetate, 2 hour minimum. We spent $50. We made a 4-track. We did South Bronx and the P is free the same day, 2 hours,
wait,
one
you did
take.
the Bridge Is Over.
No. South Bronx.
Okay.
And the P is free. The original with D Nice on the beatbox.
Pussy is free.
Yeah.
That goes money. Oh
You got
my
a dub
God.
plate out of that, you said.
And we got
the dub
a
plate.
dub plate out of
Yeah.
it. So we took that down to Latin Quarters.
Right.
And Raul was playing. Red Alert wasn't even on yet. There's a dude named Raul that was
Let's big
there.
up Raul, that is Sidebar owner, right?
Raul's my homie.
Raul's the
But
homie.
shout out to Sidebar.
Shout out to Sidebar.
No
and what's the
doubt.
order people? Is this here?
Mingo.
I
Jason.
look, because I stopped. So,
This guy just
no, because I just figured Raul. So continue this story.
We gave him the acetate. We gave him the dub plate.
dub plate.
He put the shit on. From the second that shit came on.
The Bridge Is Over.
No, the South Bronx.
Oh, the South
Yeah.
Bronx.
It said.
This is
South
after
Bronx.
the Queensbridge.
It's after Queensbridge.
Okay.
Queensbridge is a huge hit record.
Right.
Should play on the radio every day. Throw the shit on in the club, dudes is up.
We were very proud of Queens.
That shit was hot.
How long did we have? How long in Queens were we? Come on,
it was about a month. It was about a month.
We only had a month.
Yeah, That shit was out like maybe 2 months. Maybe 2 months.
You're going to take an L for an epic battle.
In my mind, I thought we had 6 months.
No. That record was right out.
Can you give us 2 months? Even if
it was like 2 months. It was on the radio. Right. It was like 1 month. The shit was heat. It was in the club already.
And then Kill That Noise, right?
And back
then he came back. No, then Shan came back.
No. Let's not skip. Okay. So we only had a month,
right?
Where it was okay to be from Queensbridge, Left Rack, 40 Projects, and then.
No, wait a minute. Rephrase the question. No, you guys had like 3-4 years.
I'm from Left Rack.
You had like 3-4 years.
Oh yeah.
Because when Run DMC came out and LL and then Shantae,
you was cool with them.
I'm cool with all of that.
So why did you and Shan?
Well, wait a minute. No, lyrically I wasn't.
Oh, you
I gotta admit,
take them out
lyrically
too.
I wasn't. See, this was a time where you had to prove. Run DMC said an amazing lyric. I think it was DMC. He said, "Other rappers can't stand us, but give us respect." That sums up the whole '80s with them.
Do you feel like Run DMC was like a pop group to you back then?
No. It was nothing pop about Run DMC. No, them motherfuckers was straight hood. Okay, Jam Master Jay. Okay. Okay. Jay was hood. Okay. Okay. Now Run and D, they were straight hood as well. They came from different other parts of Queens.
Right.
But Queens, the whole of Queens is hood. Okay, so it was like Run DMC was just kings. Like they was just it, and you always took a shot at those who was on the top.
Yeah.
Right.
If you was the little guy on the bottom, that's what it was. It was like even Roxanne Shantae had a line where I met Run and I met D, MC, and I said so. Wow. And it was like one of her dopest, like one of her lines that she had put in. But that was the attitude, like. You ain't large. You ain't, even though you are, and you the man.
But let me ask you this question. When he said hip hop started out in the dark, was that something that directly bothered you because you knew the truth?
Scholarly, yes. But I didn't know the truth. I thought I knew the truth. See, this is young arrogance.
Okay.
I'm hanging out in the Bronx. North Bronx, South Bronx, East, West Bronx. I'm the whole Bronx. Gun Hill Road to Millbrook Projects. Okay? Whole Bronx. First, I'm a graph writer. So I walked the entire Bronx.
Just
my name is
bombing
up.
everywhere.
Okay? I'm the whole Bronx. Okay? So I'm running into parties, dudes. We know shit.
And you didn't hear Pete from a Facebook called Queens?
No, we did. We used to go to Queens. Queens had the dopest parties.
But so you did hear Pete?
No doubt.
All right, come on, let's make some noise for Queens.
There was a Pete for Queens.
We revived.
Come on, man.
You just had to shit on them.
Queens, no.
I get it.
See,
Thank
what
you,
it was,
KRS.
no. Let me tell you.
My childhood is back restored.
Look, let me say this.
Okay.
My wife is from Queens, okay? St.
Is that your
Albans,
wife
Queens.
over there?
No, I don't think she's here. No, that's the queen right there.
Oh, that's your wife. All right.
Jasmine in the building.
Right. Are you from Queens? You just look like you from Queens. I was going to big you up. I'm sorry. Big up your wife, Jasmine.
He's looking for
Queens.
No, I'm looking for my Queens. St. Albans, Queens.
See, this is what I'm talking about, man. Niggas don't respect this part. The nigga that married a woman from Queens. Let's leave this. Because listen, on the island, people used to be like, Queens? Like you started something. So niggas from Queens at that time on the island had to spit out razors and buck 50s. You might have originated buck 50s. I don't know if you knew that.
No doubt.
I don't know if you knew that, but buck 50s because niggas in Queens was like
throwing everything on you.
No,
and murder.
Yeah, I do mad shit on KRS. This is he's like my father. Like I mean, like.
So and you blame your father for everything.
Don't we all?
Yeah, don't we all? Yeah, don't we all? But so all right. So when you heard hip hop started out in the dark, you knew that. You knew that it didn't start.
No, I knew Kool Herc existed. I knew Bam. I knew Flash existed. I didn't know them.
Right.
But their names were in the hood. Crazy.
Right. So you knew Shan was fronting,
yes.
basically.
Well, I knew he didn't know. I don't even know if he was fronting.
Right.
It's just that line
because to
was
us in
just,
Queens, we
that
actually
was
thought
real,
that because
right.
we seen that. So go ahead.
And he wrote about what he saw from his perspective.
Right.
And so I put out the record South Bronx.
Right.
And today, to be scholarly correct, hip hop started in the West Bronx. It never started in the South Bronx.
See, that was my next question. Go ahead. Go ahead.
It's the West Bronx. Cool Herc, 1520 Sedgwick Avenue, the Bronx. Okay, that's West Bronx. But we was so ghetto, ignorant, and gassed to get on a record. We South Bronx, South Bronx.
Because that was one of my other
Y'all
questions.
rewrote history books.
Were people from the other part of the Bronx, would they still cheer?
Oh yeah. Everybody, North Bronx, East, West was all from the South Bronx.
Because even now, like when Biggie, you hear Biggie, or you hear Nas or somebody shout out the Bronx, they never say the Bronx, they say the South Bronx.
Right.
And I always wondered, with people from the other side,
Right.
were they offended by that? Like
Nah.
it's like Biggie shouted out on one record. When God bless the dead, obviously when Big was alive, he was like, "Yo, I shouted out Queensbridge," and I was like, "I'm from Left Rack." Like I don't really get that. Like you're not shouting out the whole Queens when you shout out Queensbridge. Queensbridge is a 96 building that you come over Manhattan, and that's just that section. But people that's right next door to it, Ravenswood, Astoria, they don't recognize Queensbridge. We understand what you mean by shouting out Queensbridge and thinking it's the whole Queens, but it's really not. So I always wondered, was that the opposite when you said South Bronx? Was people in the West Bronx?
The Bronx took it differently because the Bronx wasn't on the map. Brooklyn was on the map.
No, Brooklyn's still on the map.
Well, there it is. Brooklyn rules.
You could be in Dusseldorf, Germany, and you say, "Yo, Brooklyn in the house," and bunch of white. Yo,
Somebody,
be like, "Yo, what the fuck?" Yeah, so
Brooklyn was the
everywhere
rule.
had that problem.
Right.
Okay, there was there was a record called Go Brooklyn. I think Stetson Sonic or
it's still alive.
Mighty Mike Masters, somebody. Go Brooklyn, go Brooklyn.
Right.
That was it. That was the club anthem. That's what we did. That's what it was. So when I came with South Bronx,
that's where I want to go.
That's where the Bronx was on the map. And then I mentioned dudes that were heavy in the Bronx. You know, 9 Lives Crew, Cypress Boys, Real Rock.
So what you're telling me is, after you dropped the South Bronx, Shan dropped Kill That Noise. That's what made you drop Bridges Over?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, this is terrible. We
The
should have
Bridges
never
Over
dropped
would
Kill
have
That
never.
Noise.
No, never.
Kill That Noise was horrible.
First of all, I would have been over.
It was horrible.
This is terrible.
Well,
to know the
actually,
truth.
you know what?
And I got no horse in that race.
No, let me tell you, when Kill That Noise came out, it was a hit.
Was it?
It was a hit. First of all, that
Holy
beat,
shit.
think of the KC Sunshine Band beat.
We don't believe you, Karen.
That was
Nah,
crazy.
we-
Biggie even used it again.
No way.
He used it, the dong dong dong, the jong jong jong, and jong 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 jong. Who
knows that break?
That was
break.
the KC and
I
the Sunshine
definitely rhymed on
Band.
that.
When he threw that on, it was hot. It was like, oh, he came back. It wasn't whack until The Bridge Is Over came out.
I'll take it from there.
That completely
You-
demolished
First off,
that
you're
record.
hurting my feelings, but I need to know how this happened.
Yeah.
I need to know, like, yo, because you're my favorite artist at the time. I'm a child, and you broke my dreams.
Damn.
Like, yeah,
Ruined his life.
this is real shit. This is
Made
real
you a thug, murder people.
Yeah, it's because of KRS, so all around the board. My whole life.
So all the murders
When
on
it's good, it's because of him, and when it's
Wow.
bad, it's because of him. He's my God.
Are you
So-
getting all this?
So the
Mad
Bridges.
bodies.
How did this session? How did it? Because you said you originally recorded an original version. It was a reggae version.
No, I never recorded it.
Oh, just
I just said it in Scott's living room.
and Scott said no.
He said, nah.
Wow. And so you did the South Bronx.
So I did the South Bronx.
And then Kill That Noise came out, and then now.
No, Scott got on the reggae when he heard the P is free. When I
Mm-hmm.
did South Bronx and then the P is free on the other side, you know, da-da-da-day, da-da-da-da. When we used to do that in the club, that was the rock. That was the record. So Scott was like, what's up, this reggae shit? Like, what? He started getting
Now
into
he's on it.
Now he was on it. But then Shan answered us with Kill That Noise. If you knew what I knew, you'd kill that noise. And the record was hot for its time. And so we was like, you know what? We got this joint right here. And Scott didn't even...
So it was already recorded?
No, it was all my record. Scott never recorded The Bridge Is Over.
Okay.
He never even... Well, he came for the mix of the second one. But when Shan put out his record, I went back to Said G from Ultramagnetic, who was doing our beats. And he said, actually he was sampling, he had the SB12. So... I asked him, yo, give me some drums. I'm gonna go in the studio up the block from Latin Quarters. I found some little rinky-dink studio like 2 blocks up.
Right.
And I said, yo, Shan came out with this joint, I'm coming back. Went in there and I produced the whole record. I took Said G's drums, boom, boom, bap, bap, boom, bap, boom, boom, bap. That's the same beat we did on the bathroom wall in the shelter. Boom, boom, bap, bap, boom, bap. And dudes used to just get it in. That was just the standard beat. So we did that, put the Super Cat to it, boom, 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 boom. I played the piano, 1 take, 1 time. You listen to the instrumental, that's the sloppiest playing ever. It's errors, mistakes, all type of shit, but no one heard all that. Put my lyric down, The Bridge Is Over. I did that shit strictly for Brooklyn. Straight up. Bronx, South Bronx, that was straight up Gun Hill Road. Straight up Westchester, Jerome, Grand Concourse. That was straight that. This one, we say, yo, this is what Brooklyn is on right now. Nobody knows it. Nobody goes to the jams like, well, actually what is called the dancehall. The dance hall. They don't go to that. We was up in there with Stone Love and GT International and all of that. So when he was talking about battle, he was like, yo, we gonna battle the way they do in Jamaica. We gonna spin the record back. Ease up, gunshot. And Americans never heard. They was like, what the fuck? The Bridge Is Over. What am I by? They didn't know what the fuck that was. It was like, yo, it was
a sound clash.
That's what it was called, sound clash.
I'm not even from the bridge. I'm just from Queens, but it still hurts, KRS.
Damn.
I'm gonna take a moment of silence.
Take that moment. Let's drink to that.
Let's drink
that off.
No, I can't make no noise.
It's that cheers. I can't cheer it. It's a sad moment. We should be pouring it out. We should be pouring it out.
So why did you even respond to Shan?
This time?
Shan, listen, let me just say, Shan is still a godfather.
No doubt.
Of Queensbridge, of Queens. He's still a forefather. But this time, why did you respond? Like,
Shan is the reason KRS-One has a career.
Damn. This is real. This is
Shan is
Let's make some noise for that, man. For recognizing, in my opinion, the greatest battle on record.
No doubt.
On record, to me, it was the greatest battle because it affected, like it changed people's lives. Like right now when I see people battle, it don't change people's lives. We just laugh at them and, you know, but this, like Queens had to prove ourselves.
No doubt.
Like we had to like, you know what I mean? Like South Bronx was the position where
y'all had to dig out the rubble.
Straight up.
Wow. I gotta, I'm an outsider, so I can say that.
But I gotta go where he said it's like Brooklyn has always been recognized. I can remember back in 97, I used to go to Atlanta and be like, yo, is Atlanta in the house? And nobody from Atlanta would never, you know, say anything. And when I said, New York in the house, people go crazy. And I would say Brooklyn, and it would be always my first choice. Brooklyn and these people would go crazy.
That's the issue we all
had. And then
had.
I would see him backstage and be like, you from Brooklyn? Where at? They'd be like Queens Boulevard. I'd be like, God damn it. Yep. This motherfucker's a lying motherfucker. But you changed the game from that. And so Shan responded to you recently.
Yeah.
Why?
Did he start that or you started that?
He started it.
Yeah,
he did an interview.
Well, no.
He did a record.
No, he did. Well, wait.
No, he didn't do a record.
No, he did. Wait. Let me go back just for the record. I was battling some other dude in Pittsburgh.
Recently?
Yeah. maybe 3 months.
You still battling niggas, KRS?
Oh, no doubt. Dudes, I'm crushing you.
Chill out, KRS. You're strange.
I come out the supermarket, dudes be like, yo, Chris, I want to battle. I be having eggs and bread in my fucking hand and shit.
Stop.
It's like, oh, it's real. I'm telling you, yo, it's to be on. But I give the young kids a run for their money,
you
man.
Still got it in
no
you
doubt
like
they
that,
gotta
for
test
real.
somebody.
Right.
The young shooters gotta know
But
somebody.
nobody want to really test you.
Nah, the young
man.
kids don't know my history, so don't tell them. Don't tell them. Let me spank that ass real quick. But the point is that I was battling some others. Some dude jumped on stage. He was dissing. He was dressed like LL, holding LL's album, holding Shan's
I saw that online.
album. And I was freestyling. I said some whack shit about LL. I apologize for that because LL is up here.
Right.
You know, he's even before me. You know what I'm saying? There's no disrespect there.
Right.
But I was battling, and the battle is ferocious. And he was like, he held up LL's album. I was like, bang, bang,
So
bang.
you telling me some kid just jumped on stage and asked to battle you?
Yeah, well, he jumped on.
This.
He jumped on, so I gave him a shot. Why? What you got?
Right.
He spit his shit. It was corny.
Right.
And so I started going
Now,
in.
where you was at? Where was this at?
Pittsburgh.
Okay, you did say that. I'm sorry.
This is Pittsburgh.
Okay.
So in that, he put up Shan's album. And I said, we took Shan out already. What you holding his album up for? Shan heard that and said, fuck him. He ain't never took me out. This, that, and the other.
Do you agree with his theory? His theory is that y'all should have been in front of each other like how the battle rappers do now. Do you agree with that theory?
Yeah. He just never showed up. Dude, it's 30 years. It's 30 years. Dude, I've done festivals. I've been all up and down Queens.
Right.
Jamaica Ave.
That's a big card. That's a big fight card right there.
All in Queensbridge. All on Queens Block. There's no excuse.
Right.
Outdoor festivals. Come on, Summer Champ.
Right.
It's 30 years.
And now he wants to do it face to face.
That would be the end of his shit. If you ever want to see a motherfucker, that shit'll be destructive. I don't know what he's asking for, but I eat off this shit, man. This is my shit right here. You know,
still have it in you, like.
Oh no, doubt.
He's about to battle you right now.
No. I'm not battling KRS. I'm gonna shoot somebody for him. Like,
I'm a DJ for
So you really went in the studio and recorded a new record?
Well, he came out with something. He did an interview, and he said some rhymes on the interview that he's coming at me. So where I'm from, you don't just say that's like pulling your gun and not shooting. Like what? You gonna pull your shit out? I'm blasting you. That's it. I'm not what? That's the end of it. So he said his little piece. So I put a piece out.
What did he exactly say? He freestyled, a cappella.
Yeah, but it sounded like it was written though. It had no heart to it, like a real freestyle. He was reading some shit, and he read some shit off. And
you still have that in you.
And I just said, fuck yeah, I'm going to Atlanta. I'm going to Atlanta. That's where dude is at.
Oh, that's what Shan
is
at.
Shan work at a place called Club Babes in Atlanta. Okay, I'm going there.
Word?
Okay, that's why I'm
I don't know what I just started.
I don't know what I just did. That's what we
no more bodies.
I'm letting weed.
Come on. No. You want to see it? Let's get it popping.
So you would be willing?
Yo, Drink Champs. I think this is an opportunity for us, right?
No. I don't want anything to do with this battle. I just want to see it online.
Loyal to Queens.
I'm loyal to Queens, man. Listen, I don't really want to see this battle happen. Can you? Is there any way we can chill you out or no?
It's finished.
No.
It's over.
What did he say that ignited you to want to go at him
It's
again?
not what is being said. It's the audacity to even think that after 30 years you got something for me. You are crazy. You obviously want more hits on your shit or whatever it is. Let me give them to you. Let me give them to you. Let me blink you up. Because again, let me also say this. If Shan never answered me, I would not have a career. Okay.
Now you're saying from the South Bronx.
From the South Bronx. Okay, that record could have been a one hit. Like if South Bronx came out, we would have had one hit. Okay, we had no other shot. Shan answered with Kill That Noise, and then he didn't have to.
Right.
So we came back with The Bridge Is Over, and that's when we was able to follow up with Criminal Minded. We had 4 songs on the market. Now, Shan is the reason I exist, so the least I could do is bust his ass.
Right. Show him that love
That's
back.
the least I could do.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Show him that love
was
back.
nice of you.
And hopefully, I say, yo, somebody should write for Shan. See, back to your first question.
Right.
This is full circle right here.
Back to the first
KRS
one.
is
Now,
very
see,
smart.
if someone wrote for Shan, I would not be mad at all. Fuck that, man. Save that nigga, man. Please.
So you kept saying to him, you told him his name is Nas spelled backwards.
No doubt, it is.
You're a foul dude.
He's the
that fucked me
opposite.
up.
Yo, let me big up my nigga Nas real quick. Let me talk about Nas.
This makes him foul.
Because you said, look,
he's
wait a minute.
He's a master at what he's
Wait a
doing.
minute, wait a minute. Look at this, man. Wait a minute. Queensbridge was done until Illmatic came out. Okay, just for the history, okay? Queensbridge was done. Criminal Minded was the shit on that shit. That was it, okay?
Right.
I think Illmatic was better than Criminal Minded. That's my opinion.
Me being a Queens kid, I could understand where you're coming from, but me living in that era, I gotta say Criminal Minded. If it wasn't a Criminal Minded, there wouldn't be an Illmatic.
We could say that, no doubt, no doubt. We could say that.
So yeah,
We could say
I'm
that.
a real hip hop kid.
No.
I'm sorry.
And
You try to hit me with a journalist
straight,
question.
Nah.
I'm sorry, KRS.
No.
I'm sorry. I had to hit you with real nigga
No,
shit.
you totally real with it.
You know what I mean? Because you influenced Nas too.
But you know what? You know what you are starting right now?
Right.
Whoever's listening to us right now, go and listen to both albums right now.
Back to back.
Back to back. Listen to the whole Criminal Minded and listen to the whole Illmatic.
I did that this morning. That's the craziest shit. Yo, listen. You know, that's Criminal Minded is one of my favorite albums. It's 2 records I can't really listen to, but I listen to them.
Damn.
But this morning I just woke up and I was like, I wanted to listen to Illmatic. I don't know why. And I just listened to it, and then I listened to Criminal. Oh, look, there's another mic guy. If you want to switch to champagne, you can switch to champagne.
Nah, he all right.
Yo, so I understand what you're saying, but me living in that era, that's I can 100% tell you Nas would answer the question the same way. He'd be like, if it wasn't for a Criminal Minded, he wouldn't know, because you made us step our game up. You know what I mean?
But that game got stepped up to the point where hip hop changed.
No,
Like,
but you changed hip hop too, just in case, because I know you're a legend and you humble, but you changed hip hop. You was the first person. You was our Malcolm X. Let me break that down to you.
No doubt.
Is because hip hop had took like the PM Dawns, and it had took a hey, we're cool approach, but we wanted to keep that attitude, but we also wanted to learn something, and that's the position you fulfilled.
Okay.
That's why your name as a teacher would never be tested.
No doubt.
At all. No one could ever say he's not a teacher,
Right.
because you taught us.
No doubt.
The Wu-Tangs, the Mobb Deeps, the Capone and Noriegas, the Nas's. So I can't agree with your statement. I know your statement is humble, saying that Illmatic is better, but
I think it is beat for beat, rhyme
No,
for rhyme.
but that's not how.
Represent,
But that's not how
there wouldn't be
history.
another.
But that's not how history happens.
No, I understand
because
that.
how history happens is they say,
No doubt.
you know, this happened in order for this
Without
to be
one, there's
better.
no
I
other.
hear that.
So that's
I was
100%.
coming from a different perspective.
No, but you're
We
coming
talking
from a
about
humble
Shan.
perspective.
We talking about Shan, though.
Yeah, you're a great guy.
We talking-
You're a great guy. We understand where you're
Well,
coming
wait
from.
a minute.
Right.
Minute. How else was Queensbridge supposed to come back?
No,
If
but
Nas
so
didn't
now
drop that Illmatic.
now let's answer Shan's question, because I
Okay.
listened to the interview.
Okay,
Shan is also a guard to me.
no doubt.
He said that Marley told him not to respond. What do you think of that?
That's
That-
pussy.
All right, damn.
That's pussy. Fuck that.
It was right for him.
I wanted him to say
Fuck
something.
that. That's just pussy
We
shit.
got KRS.
You a grown ass man.
Oh my
nigga.
God. We got KRS. Talking about. Oh my God.
Nah, that's pussy
Oh
shit.
my God.
How the fuck a
Listen.
grown ass man gonna tell you not to respond? We eating your ass right now, nigga. Somebody gonna say, nah, nigga, don't respond and shit.
Right. Oh man. This is real for me. This is so surreal. I don't even know where to go with it. Come on,
Well,
how about?
if we're gonna wrap this up before
No.
before
Y'all gotta
we do-
get out of here, man.
Yeah,
What's up?
before we wrap this up, I'm the only
Right.
Miami representative here right now.
Yes.
So it wouldn't be right for you to walk away without me to represent my generation of Miami hip hop culture.
No doubt.
And when you recorded with Mother Superior,
yes,
this album didn't really see the light of day.
For the lamest, this is your usually line. What's Mother Superior?
Mother Superior is this dope MC that came out of Miami in the mid-90s, early mid-90s.
Okay.
And she was spearheading our movement. I mean, there was those Funky Bastards, there was Society, Home Team. We had a bubbling movement that was parallel to the bass movement. Bass, no doubt, is a part of our Miami culture. But we had a hip hop, and the way you guys were talking about how everybody was talking about the Brooklyn, the Bronx, or whatever in the clubs, we had that problem here. So what we're trying to do is build our own identity.
He did a record with Mother Superior.
So she did this album. She got signed to Island Music.
That's right.
She, strictly off of underground radio. She did a song called Rock Bottom, which was totally representative of Miami. And then he did a record with her. Maybe a couple, but this one record I put on one of my mixtapes, but her album never came out. It got shelved. And he said, "Where you at? Where you at? Miami's on the map." I don't know if you remember that hook. And that
he remembers everything.
That made that made the world of difference.
That was that
for
shit.
a Miami hip hop kid.
No doubt.
And you couldn't leave without me telling you that because it made the world of difference for all of us out here.
Let's make some noise for that.
I felt
Let's make
that.
some noise.
And shout out to Mother Superior
Shout out
too.
to Mother Superior.
She was hot, man, when
And
she was
Brimstone and all
coming
the
up.
cats in that era.
Brimstone, word.
Now,
Pedo
I need to ask
Gatto, Luna Empire.
one question. Where was your mind at when you made the sound of the police?
I was sick of these pigs, man, shooting us down in the street.
And it's still going on.
And it's still, well, it was going on since we got here.
So what was the sound of, what year was that technically?
95.
Damn, and what year are we at now?
2016. That's 20 years, 21 years.
And you made that record then.
Yeah.
And it's still going on now.
Still to this day. Lil, NWA, man, fuck the police.
Yeah. What year was Fuck the Police?
That was 89.
89.
Yeah.
89.
And see, this is the thing is, when people say, black people are overdoing it. We have documents, records that says...
Oh, no doubt.
That these people was doing it. So I would just like to say, what was the mind state? You wrote this in the South Bronx?
Well, keep in mind that... Okay. Wow, I don't even know how to say this, but... in the Bronx, if you was really successful with your hustle in the hood, the cops was your friends.
Talking about Larry Davis days.
Yeah, Larry Davis was right on our block.
Right.
Like Webster Project, he was up the block from Webster Project. That whole thing went down. The cops was like, they were gangster. Like, it's like, oh, boom. Okay, to speed this up, Training Day. The movie Training Day?
That happened in the Bronx.
That shit is every day, all day. Okay, just go watch Training Day and you'll know what it is.
It's just one of the gangs.
It's just there's just another gang with another jurisdiction.
You said that back then.
And this is what we was dealing with. So if you remember in Boogie Down Productions, we had a dude called RoboCop that was with us, and there were two of them. Okay. One was was the lead bouncer at Latin Quarters, who is known for breaking dudes up in Latin Quarters. He had a reputation. You didn't want to deal with this dude, okay? And there was another dude that was a state trooper, a New Jersey state trooper. When I'm posing on the cover of By All Means Necessary with the Uzi is from a New Jersey state trooper.
Oh, shit. I tried to bite his cover, remember? In the studio? I tried to bite your cover. I had a chopper. I didn't look as cool as you. Look ahead.
That was from a New Jersey state trooper. So with us, it was like, it got to a point where we was like, you know what? We can't associate with you anymore because of what was going on. It was a split like in our own community, because like, if you really in the hood, like you could be selling mad drugs, but your brother's a cop. Like your cousin's a cop, your uncle's a cop. Like, it's not just, oh, I'm a cop and everybody around me is clean. It's the exact opposite. Dudes that are cops, even today, they gotta live with people. Like imagine you a cop And every day you see crime all around you, every day. Right. Like you can just pick, okay, I'm gonna arrest you today.
But how did you come up with the analogy from officer to overseer?
Oh, but that's some old shit because when we were first brought here, not as slaves, but really as soldiers on the Spanish side, and then slaves on the English side, although that's controversial too. Right. But yo, Hop, yo, hit that.
Yo, we gotta get you a new phone, KRS.
No, I need that one. I need that shit. I need that shit.
Listen, man.
My shit is 80s.
You got a flip phone,
my shit?
KRS.
Yeah,
we can't do that.
nigga.
We can't do that.
Yo, I'm bringing that shit back. Fuck that.
I'm personally buying you an
I got
iPhone.
a beeper, nigga. What? I got a beeper.
Yo, listen, this is my word. I say, yo, I want a beeper. I feel like I got a beat KRS.
We should I didn't bring my shit. Yo, I got a beeper.
No, you serious?
I'm serious.
No, I thought you plugging out.
I got a beeper, man.
You still
I gotta hold my beeper, man.
Let's bring beepers back.
We gotta do
let's
that.
bring beepers back. Yo, fuck that. Yo, KRS.
You want to get with Dream Champs, you got to beep us.
Yeah, you got to beep us. I'm personally buying KRS on iPhone, though.
Okay,
That's my word.
Okay.
So, you remember what you was talking about? Because it's Drink Champs. You can forget it, and we're going to change the subject. It's okay.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, it's okay. Listen.
Rewind the tape.
No.
Oh, cops in the community. That's right. That's right.
Sound of the police.
So, the cops is always your friends in the hood, which is the weirdest shit.
Right.
Because when you really in the hood, cops ain't arresting you and shooting you. These are bitches that are shooting at us. These motherfuckers, that ain't no real shit. Yeah. That's some bullshit. Okay, that's scared. They said we scared. You know, that's why we shooting, because we scared. Real cops, they know exactly who's selling, who to hit.
Right.
The DA, go watch Training Day.
Right.
The DA tell you, go hit this dude. No, don't hit this one.
I say all the time, when we have police brutality, is when they stop letting the cops from the hood control the hood. Because if you know what you call it from down the block, he went to school with him. You know he's a thief.
Right.
You don't need to kill him.
Right.
But what happened is they take the cops from our hood and they bring them to another place, and then they bring the cops from another place, and
they don't know nobody.
Borderline. That's one of the essential reasons why police brutality exists, because if you had Jamal that's from Soundview Projects and that went to school in Soundview and then I was patrolling Soundview, he's going to be different as opposed to Walter.
He's a real judge.
As opposed to Walter, who's from wherever, but now he's patrolling Soundview. He's never seen a kid with braids. He's never seen a kid eat a 10-cent icy. So he's gonna just do whatever. So that's why.
Wait a minute. There's one more piece to that. There's one more piece to that.
Go ahead. Add on.
The police are supposed to be the model citizen in the community, no matter who you are.
Yeah.
Right.
White cop, black cop, Latino cop, Asian cop, Arab cop. I don't give a fuck who you are. You take police training. You're supposed to be the model citizen.
Should have the most restraint.
You should have the most restraint. Okay. Kids are looking at you. They should be able to look at you and be like, yo, Dad, I want to be a cop. And your dad be like, yo, you got to really be a good man to be a cop. And that's what it's supposed to be. But our children, forget adults, okay? Children know the cops are corrupt. Okay, that's the state we at, right? Kids, forget the adults. Kids know I'm not safe around this dude. I'd rather be around my shooters over here wearing the rag on their head. I'm more safe around Crips and Bloods. I'd rather hire... Yo, I'm even going to say that shit.
No, go ahead.
I'm just saying, I'd rather hire them, which we do, as opposed to some off-duty cop. Years ago, we used to hire off-duty cops, ex-FBI. These dudes need jobs. You just go ahead and you hire them for a night. You give them some money. You doing your country a service. These are veterans and shit. You do your thing. Now, it's like, nah, man, let me organize these Bloods over here. Hit them with some money, because that's all they on the street for. Let me hit them with some cash, and y'all can stand there and just do what you're supposed to do and get organized. I'd rather hire them. As long as we know that we're not safe around the police, this whole shit is corrupt. And let me show you this. On some Illuminati shit, if you really want to know. Years ago, like 82, there was supposedly a conspiracy theory going around about 82, 83 that said that the New World Order is going to include a global police force. And the way to implement the global police force was for local police to become so hated by the local community that the local communities cry out for international interference. So now you have these cops today randomly just shooting down black people, just shooting, and it's stupid. It's like, it's ridiculous.
Right.
Now the rest of the world is saying, yo, what's up with America?
Yeah.
What's up with, you go to other places, you know, N.O.R.E, you go to places, dudes looking at us like we crazy. Like, yo, what's going on? I got Africans asking me, yo, bro, what's up, man? A black man.
Like sometimes you land in these different countries, they be like, welcome, like,
right.
you survived.
Like, you survived, no doubt.
Like, you're here.
You're here, like, you survived. And dudes.
And you think that's because Barack became president? It got worse? Or?
Nah.
The image is being put out there.
You saying it, all right.
Yeah, no. You know what it got to do? It got a lot of factors in it. First of all, people want black people in jail. Right. Okay, people making money on it. Black people are making money on black people in jail. Okay, wow. There's black DAs sending,
like Michael Jordan, you saying?
Like no doubt.
Yeah.
There's black DAs sending black people to prison. Black judges are sending black people to prison. Black cops are sending black people to prison. Black cops, black cops, stop shooting black people. We all gonna drop. I got you.
All right, cool.
You know, so it's like, are we really at war with any outside force? Or are we at war with ourselves? Or are we just going along with the script that they have planned for us? And it's like straight up and down. They just had, Talib Kweli was just with me the other day. He came over, so watched the show.
Orlando.
In Orlando.
I'm on you. I was stalking you.
No,
he was just at the White House, too.
Yeah.
He just told me.
Yeah.
He just came from the White House.
Yeah.
With a couple other rappers were there. And really nothing got discussed, you know, and they never call people like me or Chuck or M1 or...
They don't call me neither.
They don't call no
Because
N.O.R.E.
I'm a shooter, though.
No doubt. And
that's who they need.
That's who they need.
It's all over my record, KRS.
They never... No, but you know what? They had Rick there. You know what I'm saying?
He had an ankle bracelet on.
Busta was there. Khaled was there.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm saying, no, why don't they call? Because they know you're going to come with the truth. Well, look, here's the point. Is that we're moving into this script. The United States has to become what its name is in order for it to survive. United. Fuck all this black shit, white shit.
Give me a drink of your Mai Tai.
Give me this shit. What?
Yeah, salud. Oh, this is legendary. This is a picture right here.
What, right here? America.
We gotta become united.
America gotta stand up for America. Like straight up. When you go to other countries, niggas dissing us, man. Dissing Americans, dissing not everybody, because motherfuckers...
But you remember when Barack first came president?
No
we
doubt.
were the shit.
Everybody was...
We were the shit when we went overseas.
No doubt.
Yo, when I went overseas, they was like, Black man! I was like, oh, shit! At like the first year.
Word.
Then after that, they was like,
it was like, oh, shit.
You're fucking up.
You know
now,
what?
There's a rumor that you didn't fly.
That's right.
You was taking boats.
Yep.
And Fat Joe. You and Fat Joe.
Oh, no doubt. And Aretha Franklin.
Yeah.
So do you fly now?
No, I'll fly privately.
Right.
I love flying. I'll fly helicopters. I'll fly private jets, you know, things like that. I take a few private jets here and there. But commercial airlines for me is too much. The love in the hood is too much. For KRS, I can't do nothing like, you know, like to get to the airport, it takes me an hour. The baggage claim bugging, the whole baggage claim. I gotta take pictures with everybody, pound up, because I'm not leaving my people. I'm not just gonna walk past you. So everybody say, yo, Chris, I gotta stop. I gotta take pictures. I gotta sign shit. Get on the plane. The stewardess bugging. The people on the plane bugging. The captain. I said, you know what? And this was '97. I said, forget it. I'm not flying. I'm not flying no more. I can't.
You haven't flown since '97.
Yeah, since '97. I actually '96.
Let's make some noise for him being rich. That's, I don't know if you got to read between the lines. That's some rich shit.
He said,
well, look,
he said, listen, there, go ahead.
It's not rich. I'm not a rich man. I'm a very poor man.
No, me too. I say the same shit.
I take a vow of poverty. I'm not rich at all.
Me too. I'm poverty, nigga. Come on, let's do it. Let's do it, my brother. But you want the private things. Let's talk about that.
But I will fly privately. Look, I take very good care of my wife and my children. Okay, that's what it is. I don't need anything.
Right.
But they need a lot. So, I say, look, I don't want to have a career where I'm away from my kids or my wife and this, that, and the other. So, and I can't be away from my wife. She books all the tours.
Did you book a boat to London?
I heard that too. I
heard this story.
Well, that's why I'm rushing out of here now.
To get the boat?
Yeah, I'm going to Spain tomorrow.
Wait, time out.
He's drunk.
Time out. Are you getting on a boat to Spain?
That's why I'm in Miami. I'm going in tomorrow.
This is crazy.
Norwegian cruise pulls right up to your port.
Right.
I'm getting on that shit.
And then it goes to Spain.
It goes to Spain.
How many days is
14 days. I'll be in Barcelona. What?
So 14 days
on the cruise the whole 14 days.
No doubt.
This is crazy. You and Khaled is like the only two left. Did you know Khaled don't fly neither?
Nah,
I got that from Joe, I think.
He got it from Joe.
I expect it though. Nah,
but
why
Joe
should Khaled
now.
fly? Why should he fly?
So why you wouldn't fly commercial?
Well. First of all, like I told you, commercial travel to me is just hectic.
Besides
Now, besides that, I have books to write. I got rhymes to write. I read a lot. My life is slower. You know what I'm saying?
So you need
I
quiet.
take time with my family, my wife, my daughter, my sons. You need time for that. So, 14 days at sea. I'm finishing up 3 books that I'm just finishing up
so you're
writing.
saying you just zone out?
You zone out.
You
zone out.
I'm gonna try that one time.
You should try writing rhymes in the middle of the Atlantic.
I got ADD.
Hit that water.
KRS.
You don't have ADD. You smoke too much.
Yeah, that's my ADD. I might just jump off that seat.
Actually, no. ADD is cured. Marijuana cures that
That's
shit.
what I'm saying. So,
that's when he doesn't have ADD.
And the thing is, the weed I smoke is so loud. Like it's gonna be a judge that come out. I'm gonna tell you a story, right?
No doubt.
I'm gonna tell you a story. I was in Hawaii because I remember this story because he's drinking Mai Tais. So I'm in Hawaii, right?
I'm out.
Hold on. I'm smoking weed, right? This is my first marriage. It's my first. I'm married again. It's my second one.
Righteous.
Pray for me.
No doubt.
So
no doubt.
I'm sitting there smoking. The people at the Four Seasons Maui. So they call me and they say, "Yo, are you smoking up there?" And I'm like, "Yeah." I don't know what I paid for this room, but I just know my accountant lost her mind. So I'm like, "Yeah, I'm smoking." They're like, would you mind not smoking on the terrace? So I said, "Now you're inviting me to smoke in the room." They're like, "You're right." They're like, "We have a very important guest that is upstairs." And I'm like, "Did the guest pay more than me?" And they're like, "No." So I'm like, well, they're like, "Mr. Santiago?" That's my last name. I don't know if you know I'm half Puerto Rican. Make some noise for Latino.
Yeah.
But I'm black and Latino. So they say...
I'm actually performing in Santiago in Spain.
This is a gift.
No doubt.
So they say to me, they say, "You're right. You're actually outside. You can't do it." Boom. I look on the news. This is when Oprah stepson had drowned in Hawaii and Maui. So the person I was telling them to tell them, fuck that. I paid the same amount was fucking Oprah. This is horrible.
This is a morbid story.
No,
Man.
but no, it's
I like
dope
that
because
shit. I like that.
I actually paid square for square. We had the same exact room.
That's
God
right.
bless, the people who passed away and everything. But that shit was just a moment for me.
No doubt.
It was a moment for just me standing my ground, but now I'm
That's
married
right.
again.
Yeah.
And trying to make this one work.
That's
KRS.
right. Second one's always the best.
You in the second one too?
Yeah, Miss Melody was first.
Okay.
That was
big up
about a
Miss
year and a
Melody.
half, and big up to her. Rest in peace.
Rest in peace.
Well, no. Miss Melody passed away?
Yes, Miss Melody's up.
God bless.
No
I did
doubt.
not know that. I'm every
Rest in
religion,
peace.
by the way.
Nah, no doubt.
So if you see me do that, I'm
No doubt.
I'm a
Respect
Muslim,
to that, my chief.
Christian,
No doubt.
God body.
Yes.
Yo, KRS, thank you for so much for hanging out with us. We're not going to...
We
could
can
keep
talk
going
about
with you
and
forever.
I'll come back.
You have
Yo,
to.
no.
We
I
need
got
you back.
14 days. When I come back,
The people need you.
Let's just break it down for these people. You are going 14 days.
Yes.
So now how does this cruise happen? You leave Miami.
Yes.
Do you stop anywhere?
yes.
Where you stop at?
We stop in Funkal, Africa. We
Okay,
stop
hold on. You go from Miami to Africa?
Oh, yeah, we got a
Let's
little piece of Africa real quick.
This is a trip that goes from Miami to fucking Africa, and I've never heard about it.
on us right
Wait a
now.
minute, there's some Bahamas, a little Bahamas. Then you get out to Africa. Then you
And
get
you've
out.
done this trip before.
Oh yeah, no doubt. Not on this ship, but I've done other ships. I've done
And
this.
how
run.
many times do you say you've done this?
Oh, sailed?
Yes.
Oh, at least 30 times.
And you believe in a boat.
He's
So
got
you've
his
never
sea
seen
legs.
Titanic.
No. There's no Titanic.
There's no
Anywhere in the Atlantic Ocean, the Coast Guard will get you in 10 minutes. Anyway.
He already
Shit, it ain't all that bull. That's bullshit. That's just movie shit.
That's
There's
movie
rich
shit.
motherfuckers on that boat. That boat ain't going nowhere.
Right.
There's nowhere. There's no.
So there's
that boat
no
ain't going nowhere.
Titanic.
There's none of that. Now, mind you, now, come on, now, Caribbean cruises and all that.
How about the circle?
the hood cruise.
What's the
Say-
circle?
say-
What's the circle?
Say again.
You get C miles.
Do I get them?
C miles.
Oh yeah, no doubt. You get platinum, gold status.
Nah, but
Get out
Caribbean
of
be
here.
No
thugging
doubt.
out they passengers.
No doubt. No, but
So how
some
about
of those ships.
the triangle, the Bermuda Triangle? You ever been there?
Yeah,
We in it.
In a boat?
Miami's
Yeah.
a part of the Bermuda Triangle.
yeah.
You've been to the Bermuda
You
Triangle?
go right through it.
Get the fuck
You go
out
right
of
there.
there.
The Bermuda Triangle only acts up when the you have to go through that at it's like certain seasons where they say
Hurricane
boats are
season, I
yeah, it's like hurricane season or this kind of thing. Look, everything's
So
explainable.
get to the bottom line. You trust a boat more than a
Yes.
plane.
No.
Okay.
I trust me driving shit more than anything. Okay, I would prefer to get my own boat and
Right.
sail across the sea myself. But I'm not going to settle for a small yacht. Like,
Right.
I could do a small yacht right now, but that's not what I want. What I want is an actual ship that I could go across, and that costs mad money.
Right.
So I'm just holding out till I can get my own ship, and then I could steer
So
myself.
motherfuckers want to buy planes. They want to own
He wants to
liquor.
buy a ship.
KRS-One want to own a ship. God damn it, make some noise for that. God damn it.
Not a yacht,
God
but a
damn
ship.
it. A
Straight
ship.
up, no doubt.
So you think, I'm going to give you this last one. This is the last question. Boxing
Yes.
don't have no representative, which means that if you're a boxer, you make it, you make it. If you're a boxer, you don't make it, you're fucked up. There's no reparations. There's no type of to hold you down. Hip hop is the only other I want to say entertainment company that we might have 30 people that's down with us.
Right.
But when you go on that vocal booth or you go to perform that record, it's just you.
Right.
Similar to boxing.
Right.
We don't have nothing representing us in hip hop. We hear that the president just recently met with these people, Talib Kweli, brothers that we know, Busta Rhymes. What do you think is our solution? To make, we need a hip hop union.
Well, you wanted the life insurance or the health insurance.
No, I'm even further than that now.
Yeah.
Well, let me. Wow.
Because like right now, like DOC, right?
Yeah.
Phenomenal guy, lost his voice.
No doubt.
There should have been health insurance that could have helped him restore that.
Yes.
We didn't have that. And right now, it's because Jadakiss said something on our podcast. He said, we're the only people who have a hip-hop South, a hip-hop
regions, yeah.
West.
Should be just
There's no hip-hop. There's no rock and roll South.
Right.
There's no rock and roll.
Why are we segregating ourselves?
Why are we saying? And do we need this policies where if Kool Herc gets sick, we can go and help him?
Right.
Do we need that?
Yes, we do.
Yeah.
Yes, we do. And I advocate it. Absolutely. Unity is the only thing. We talked about American unity. Let's tweak it down to hip hop unity. Hip hop is the greatest urban movement to hit human history. Let's just start human history. Okay, human history.
That's hard.
Okay, hip hop, breaking, MCing, graffiti art, DJing, beatboxing. You could add street fashion, language, knowledge, all of that. That movement in the hood, that right there, hip hop is what America really is. It's like the true Declaration of Independence. It's what America is. But we got these old people. You asked me also about hip hop's old school, okay? I have respect for the old school. We should. Those are the ancestors, those are the elders, those are the fathers, godfathers, and so on. That's what it is.
Right.
But when you don't do your job, you don't deserve the respect of the youth. Elders always asking for respect that they don't deserve. Me, I try to earn the respect of the youth. I don't look down on them. I think they're smarter than me. I think they're faster than me. I think they think of things beyond what I can think about. Now, of course, I tell them, hey, look, I'm the old head in the room, and I like that shit. I'm 50. Fuck this shit, okay? That's my shit. I got an AARP card.
Wait, time out. Show me your AARP.
Okay.
Yo, Sonny, show me
My
your
nigga, right,
AARP
keep
card.
him.
Yo, hold on, my nigga got an AARP card.
I didn't have my wallet with me. I'll pull my shit out.
He's proud. He's proud.
Yo.
Proud
This
holder.
gotta be the next episode.
My dude got his...
Yo.
That's what I'm saying.
Okay,
What?
hold on, but
What? 50% off hotels.
Free bagels at
Free
Denny's.
fucking shit. What?
Yo, this gotta be the next episode.
Yo.
This gotta be the...
This shit is madness.
Yo, that's
Yo,
crazy.
let me tell you.
Yeah,
Okay?
Go ahead.
We the elders in this. Young people are supposed to look up to us and be like, yo, that's what it means to be 50 in hip hop.
Right.
Word, you got your knowledge down packed, your family straight, you got your money right, you doing your thing. That's what young people need to see and see more of.
The blueprint.
The blueprint.
Right.
Now, we gonna do it. Shows like this, your shit bringing people together right now as we speak. Right now as we speak, dudes is hearing what it is.
Right.
What we gotta do is really unite. And here's what it's gonna take. You asked this about the Stop the Violence movement, about why brothers ain't doing that today. What's so hard to do that today? Too much competition, not enough cooperation. Okay? We live in a capitalist society.
I'm gonna just try to pass you the blunt.
Come on, man.
That's okay.
We live in a capitalist society where competition is the number one order of the day. So the young are trained to kill the old so that you could get so that you could be what it is. The young are trained to kill the old. The old are trained to kill the young so you can stay in power. Kill these youngins as they coming up. I don't want you
Why is
taking
our hip hop the only generation, like, you know, the Osley brothers could tour forever? Why do they try to kill the older?
Well, it's
people?
that competition. It's still competition. Look, when we stop thinking of hip hop as a music and start thinking of it as a culture, a nation, a community. When you start realizing that you are a nation, you're a sovereign nation. All we gotta do is unite.
There's no ageism in culture.
Just unite. Here's the unity. All right, here it is. Let's print our own currency. All right, start right there. This is the unity of any nation. Starts with trust. We print $100,000 for every hip hop citizen in existence. We got 1 million citizens. We
brilliant.
print 100 million of our currency.
We get Jay-Z, we get
Jay-Z
Nas,
currency,
we get 50
Nas,
Cent.
right? 50 Cent will be a 50 Cent.
There you go. That's hard. That's hard.
He'll be a 50 Cent. I'm coming right now. He'll be a 50 cent piece. 50's worth more than that.
Right,
but I'm saying, though, print our own currency.
And let's see if the people spend that.
No, they will.
Wow.
You'll be instantly rich.
So instead of people buying albums, we give them currency.
Give them
That's
currency. Buy our currency, not our
Bitcoin.
albums.
Instead of Bitcoin, is hip hop.
Right, forget selling an album. We did that. We know that game.
Right.
Now let's sell currencies in which you got the KRS currency, and dude be like, yo, this shit is worth this week. Up against the American dollar, up against the yen, up against the euro.
This is mad
Up
brilliant.
against this shit. Yo, look, if you gave me $100,000, let's say I gave you $100,000.
You can give me 100,000.
Okay, I'll give you 100,000
I got you.
hip hop currency.
Currency.
Okay, hip hop. Now you gonna spend it with my man right here. What we want is specialized people to have this money. Electricians. Right now, hip hop is old enough. We got doctors, lawyers, UPS workers. We got all kinds of people, and entrepreneurs.
And entrepreneurs.
Okay, huge entrepreneurs.
Right.
All we got to do is trade our own currency
With each other.
With each other. There's hip hoppers that own stores, farms.
Right.
Look, dude, fuck that American dollar. Fuck
KRS
the
is
euro.
mad smart. Let's make
fuck
some
the
noise for
pound,
KRS.
Fuck
That
all
is the
that
smartest
shit.
shit I've
You
ever
gotta
heard.
get out of here, man.
Yeah.
Damn, I
wanted to see if you're gonna hit the blunt. I'm sorry,
Nah,
KRS.
man,
I had to try you.
I do paper.
This is paper. This is see-through
Nah, that's some
paper.
old brown shit.
No. This is see-through
I
paper.
can't even fuck with you.
Look,
I gotta be up till 4 in the morning.
Come on, let's
me
take
too.
this flick. Let's
Look, it's see-through paper, KRS. I just want to hit one
That shit
blunt.
look plastic. I'm not fucking
What?
with you.
It's plastic.
I don't fuck with that shit. I ain't fucking
He
with
not
that
gonna fall for
shit.
your shit.
It's the new generation.
Roll a joint, nigga.
Yo, we got a joint. We got a joint somewhere around here. Somewhere around here. Yo, KRS, I love you so much,
Thank you very
man.
much, man.
Thank you so much for joining us and being a great sport.
Yo.
You took a drink. You even tried to smoke. You didn't want to.
You got it in some weird shit.
Yeah, look,
man.
this is
I'm
plastic.
yo,
This is plastic.
you got
We
some
got it.
plastic
You want to
Drink
smoke a
champ.
blunt? We're going to give you a
No.
blunt.
Drink champ.
Bring you back
I'm
to
an
the.
old school doobie
joint.
brother. I'm a doobie
Can you pass
brother.
that over there? Can you pass that over there? That's the
I don't
drink
know.
champ.
What a fool, be
Yeah,
he.
we got to take one picture with you over there. Hakeem Green, there's no way I could thank you ever in my life.
you.
I'm going to be in your video.
We always-
Just
we
let me
always
have
go
my
home.
moment. I'm going to be in your video. But there's no way I could thank you ever in life because this is actually like one of the first hip hop albums I ever listened
Monumental,
to.
man.
Was this man
This is
right
monumental.
here. One of the first people that I ever said that I thought about, like my mom was like, what you gonna be in life? And I was just like, I don't know. I knew I couldn't be a teacher. Not like you.
But you are.
But I am a teacher.
You are.
But not like you. I'm a different teacher because I show them the different paths. But if I've never would have heard you, I would have never wanted to speak. I would never be here.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? So Hakeem Green,
Respect.
you know, that's my brother. He called
Respect.
me, and when he called me, I said, I knew the number, but I hit him back.
Yo, I
He
just
said,
did a record with Hawk called Madism, Sparking Madism.
And he got a website, right? Come on, Hakeem, come over here.
Yo,
hold on.
word up.
Yo, come over here. Here.
Hit that mic.
Yeah. So, shout out your website, Hakeem Green.
We got the Madism.org popping off, the Ultimate Cannabis Journal. You know, you got the Madism popping off internationally. It's big money right now. I want to make sure my people get a taste of that. You know what I mean? So see us over at Madism.org so you can keep up on all the latest grow techniques. You know what I mean?
For grow, when you say grow, let's be honest.
I'm
with
talking
our
about
people.
weed. I'm talking
Yeah.
about cannabis. I'm talking about that goodness, that chronic, that
Right.
you know what we do.
That's
what,
right.
What we got going on.
That's right.
You know, cats need to know how to grow for themselves. It's not just about smoking it, but industrial hemp is a multi-billion-dollar
We seen
industry.
you got the pipe
That's
in the
real.
mill. We seen you just got a pipe in the mill. Back that up.
We got the hot box, you know what I mean?
hot box.
How we got different ways of, you know, the vaping, got the smoking, the leaves, the paper, the blunts, the whole, but we got the hot box. It's just a special way of inhaling, you know what I mean? It's real good.
And that shit is important, man.
Now,
It's
KRS,
important.
I got one more. Are you a vegetarian? What are you?
Yes.
So you don't eat no fish?
No. I try to eat, I lean toward a vegetarian diet, but I do eat fish.
You eat fish.
Like, I'm
How about
pescatarian
you?
as well.
I'm not a vegetarian, right?
Right.
But I am about my health. I do a lot of juicing, and I see you keep up with the bartenders,
I be
and
trying.
I'm happy about that,
I be
too.
trying.
Yeah, I see
I be
you.
fucking up, then I drink.
Yeah.
It's fucked up.
You running. You
Yo.
good. Yeah.
Everything's
Thank
good
you,
till we get
Hakeem
here.
Green.
Salute,
Thank
bro.
you so much for plugging this in, my brother.
Hawk hooked
Yo,
it, no
KRS. Yo, I called you Chris for the first time in my life. I never
Yo,
called you Chris.
that's my name. It's KRS,
No,
it's Chris.
but you know what? It's through the records. It's like I never knew if I had the ability to call you Chris. Thank you
doubt.
so much.
I appreciate
You was
this,
the
man.
greatest sport. You actually sat down and drank. I didn't think I
Yo,
was
this
gonna
shit
be
was
able.
hot.
I didn't think I was gonna be able to get away with it.
Shout out
But
to
thank you,
Sidebar.
thank you so much, Sidebar. Everybody,
Yo,
man,
who the
make some
fuck
fucking
did this?
noise.
Hold up, stop my man.
Shout out to the old
Oh my God, I made it.
Let's
happen.
take this pic. Let's take this pic.
Let's take this pic. Yep.